Chapter 4037. Among the celestial soldiers, some of the weaker ones only had the strength of the 8th godly emperor layer, so there weren't that many of them. Most of the 2nd celestial soldiers had the strength of the 9th godly emperor layer. Lu Ming had the Zephyr Pearl, which was a powerful weapon. He had the strength of the 9th godly emperor layer. As a 2nd celestial soldier, he was definitely qualified to lead them. They could only sigh. They had underestimated Lu Ming. They would never have thought that Lu Ming, who only had the strength of the 3rd godly emperor layer, could be so strong. Usually, even if someone had the strength of the 3rd godly emperor layer, they wouldn't be able to display the strength of the 9th godly emperor layer. But Lu Ming had done it. They had underestimated him. Lu Ming was much more talented than they had imagined. When they saw Lu Ming's strength, they immediately admitted their mistakes. "All right, I'll let you off this time. If there's a next time, I'll punish you severely," said Lu Ming coldly. He knew very well that these people were targeting him mainly because his cultivation level was too low. These people were afraid that Lu Ming's cultivation level was not high enough. If he led them to fight against the demons, not only would they not be able to obtain merit points, but they would also harm them. They were not targeting him. As long as he showed them how strong he was, they would be convinced. "Captain, don't worry. From now on, I'll support you," said the old celestial soldiers. After all, their team would be in the same boat in the future. They would be bound together for good or ill. Since they had decided to follow Lu Ming, they couldn't be disloyal. Otherwise, when they fought against the demons, they would be the ones who would be harmed. "All right, let's start again," ordered Lu Ming. He understood that he had managed to subdue the celestial soldiers. Of course, it was impossible for them to work for him wholeheartedly and willingly. Lu Ming had no intention of subduing these people to work for him. It was just a cooperative relationship. Lu Ming needed this position to hunt demons. He only needed to obtain merit points. BZZ. As the battle matrix was activated, a golden divine sword was formed and slashed toward the ground. Boom. There was an explosion on the ground, but it didn't leave a mark. The ground was covered with talismans. With their strength, they couldn't destroy it. That's why they dared to attack the ground. "Not bad, it's very powerful." Lu Ming nodded. The old celestial soldiers didn't cause trouble, so the battle formation was activated smoothly. It was the first time, so they weren't familiar with it, and couldn't display its full strength. However, it was enough to kill cultivators of the 9th godly emperor layer. Even cultivators who had the strength of the 9th godly emperor layer couldn't resist it. Again, Lu Ming shouted and continued to drill the battle formation. For the next 20 days, they practiced the battle formation every day. After 20 days of practice, they could already operate it as one and unleash the power of the battle formation to its maximum. The combined attack of the battle formations was extremely terrifying. Even if it wasn't as strong as the attack of an emperor god, it wasn't too far off. It had been exactly 1 month since Lu Ming received the array talisman. At this time, Lieutenant Lu Danning once again gathered the captains for a meeting. In recent years, the Abyss Devils have become more and more low-key, and the number of times they have attacked Nantian City has decreased. Things are a bit strange, so the Heaven Palace has decided to take advantage of this period to occupy the territory around Nantian City and use it as a stronghold. First, we can expand the area of defense. Second, we can kill some demons and weaken their strength. Therefore, we're going to send celestial soldiers to eliminate the demons around Nantian City. "You're going to fight?" Lu Danning went straight to the point. "Good, we're finally going to fight. We've been here for so long and haven't fought. I'm bored to death," said a tall and sturdy young man with a smile. The other captains had different expressions on their faces. Some of them looked expectant and eager to fight. As for some people, their expressions were somewhat grave. However, most of them looked expectant, such as Lu Ming. After all, they could only obtain merit points by killing demons. They couldn't get any merit points if they stayed in Nantian City all the time. "Now, I'm going to assign the tasks. Feng Su, Yao Chao, Song Xiaoqi, you guys will lead your men to the 2nd grade area, Hungry Wolf Mountain Range. Eliminate the demons there," Lu Danning ordered. 3 of the captains stood up to receive the order. Mu Yun, De Gang, Xiaoniu, the 3 of you will lead your men to 8 Snake Mountain Range and eliminate all the demons there. Don't leave a single one alive. Lu Daning continued to give orders. Lu Ming and the other 2 stood up to receive the order. At the same time, Lu Ming muttered in his heart, "What a coincidence." When he participated in the Celestial Soldier assessment, he had headed to 8 Snake Mountain Range. Now that he had become a Celestial Soldier, his first mission to eliminate demons was also 8 Snake Mountain Range. It could only be said that enemies were bound to meet on a narrow road. Lu Daning continued to give orders. Soon, all 20 captains received their tasks. Now, you guys are heading to the 2nd grade area. It's the easiest. After eliminating these areas, there will be other missions. At that time, you might enter the 3rd grade area. Set off now. Lu Daning ordered. Everyone received the order and left the place. Lu Ming returned to the encampment and left Nantian City with 49 members. They headed towards 8 Snake Mountain Range. After leaving Nantian City, there was a vast area. This area was empty and there were no demons there. Because this area had been cleared by the Heavenly Palace, there were also strong cultivators from the Heavenly Palace patrolling the area. Therefore, it was relatively safe. The 2nd grade and 1st grade areas of the 8 Snake Mountain Range were the closest to this area. There were fewer high-level demons there. Very quickly, Lu Ming and the others arrived at the 8 Snake Mountain Range. Lu Ming discovered that apart from the 3 teams, there were other teams. They were obviously sent by other captains. There were 10 teams in total. We should split up. That way we can obtain more merit points, said another captain, Xiaoniu. He glanced at Lu Ming disdainfully. Lu Ming's cultivation level was only of the 3rd Godly Emperor layer. Surprisingly, he was on the same level as him. Xiaoniu's fighting strength was equivalent to the 9th Godly Emperor layer. Therefore, he didn't want to act together with Lu Ming. He was afraid that Lu Ming would drag them down. Then, Xiaoniu left with his team. After that, another captain, De Gang, also left with his team. Apparently, he had the same idea as Xiaoniu. What a bunch of snobs. Yes, sooner or later, we'll make them sit up and take notice of us. Some people in Lu Ming's team were unhappy. Now, they were on the same boat as Lu Ming. If Lu Ming was looked down upon, it meant that they were looked down upon as well. Of course, they were unhappy. Let them be arrogant for now. Later, when we kill more demons than them, we'll see what they have to say. Yes, Captain, let's kill them. Some people shouted. Chapter 4038. Let's go, ordered Lu Ming. He didn't care about other people looking down on him. To be honest, the more people looked down on him, the better it was for him. Wasn't it great to pretend to be a pig to eat a tiger? A group of 50 people rushed into the 8 Snake Demons Mountain Range. Dandan, check the nearby Evil Demons Mountain Range, said Lu Ming to Dandan. Leave it to me. Dandan grinned and formed a seal with both hands. Countless runes appeared and sank into the ground and the void, disappearing without a trace. What a mysterious talisman! When the others saw Dandan attack, their eyes twinkled. They were astonished. These people were not weaklings. They still had good eyesight. As soon as they saw Dandan attack, they could tell that Dandan's Tao of runes was very mysterious and unfathomable. They understood that they hadn't just underestimated Lu Ming, they had also underestimated Dandan. Dandan and Lu Ming were together. They couldn't help but think highly of Lu Ming. There, 120,000 li to the northwest, there's a Evil Demons Mountain Range, said Dandan. Let's go, ordered Lu Ming. He led the group to attack the Evil Demons Mountain Range. This time, it was different from last time. This time, Lu Ming was fearless. He was full of confidence. Even though in their group, only he and Ling Yuwei had the strength of the 9th Godly Emperor layer. Dandan's deployment spells were mysterious, but he hadn't reached the 9th Godly Emperor layer yet. However, they had the Heavenly Palace's deployment spell. Once it was activated, they could kill evil demons of the 9th Godly Emperor layer as easily as cutting vegetables. Therefore, they were fearless in the 8 Snake Demons Mountain Range. Even if they encountered the 10,000 demons god-slaughtering great deployment spell from last time, they were confident they could escape unscathed. It didn't take long for them to reach the tribe. Without the slightest suspense, the Fiend Devil tribe was exterminated and the Fiend Devil spirit blood was collected. The evil demon's spirit blood was temporarily kept by Lu Ming. Once they returned to South Sky City, it would naturally be distributed according to merit. The Heavenly Palace had its own distribution system to ensure fairness to everyone. After annihilating this tribe, the Dandan quickly discovered another tribe, and they slaughtered their way over. No one would show mercy to demons. No matter how strong or weak they would all be killed. Just like that, they swept their way through. In 2 days, they had wiped out more than 50 tribes. Gradually, they approached the core of the 8-Snake Demon Mountain Range, where the 8 snakes intersected, which was also the territory of the 8-Snake Demon Kingdom. If we want to get more merits, we have to destroy the 8 Snakes Demon Kingdom. But be careful, they have many strong cultivators. They have at least 400 demons of the 9th Godly Emperor layer, maybe even more. Lu Ming said. In the previous battle of the Godly Dawn Peak, the 8 Snakes Demon Kingdom had dispatched about 400 cultivators of the 9th Godly Emperor layer. Lu Ming reckoned that the Devil Kingdom of 8 Snakes would not send out all of its members. They should still be holding back. In that case, it was possible that there were more than 500 9th-level Divine Emperors. There would definitely be more cultivators of the 7th and 8th Godly Emperor layer. If they relied on their real fighting strength, they would definitely die if they fought against so many strong cultivators. But they had a battle formation, so they didn't have to worry about anything. So many strong cultivators, how many merits will we get if we kill them all? Captain, let's hurry up, don't let the other teams get ahead of us. Indeed. Some people were looking forward to it. They wished they could immediately go to the 8 Snakes Demon Palace. Let's go, ordered Lu Ming. They didn't stop, they immediately rushed towards the 8 Snakes Demon Kingdom's palace. But after a short time, Lu Ming frowned. Because they hadn't encountered a single demon on their way. Normally, the closer they got to the 8 Snakes Demon Palace, the more demons they would encounter, and the stronger they would be. But there weren't any demons here. Especially when they passed by several tall cities, but those cities were empty, there wasn't a single demon. They also didn't find any demon corpses. It was as if these demons had disappeared into thin air. They should have retreated, some other teams got here before us. Lu Ming said. Then we have to hurry, urged Dandan. Now, he was also thirsting for merit points. Everyone sped up, rushing towards the Demon Palace. Soon, they were close to the Demon Palace. Boom boom boom. Suddenly, a violent rumbling sound came from the front. Then, they saw rays of divine light soaring to the sky, and a demonic aura filling the air. Obviously, a fierce battle was taking place in front of them. Sure enough, some teams had already arrived. Restrain your aura, let's go closer and take a look, Lu Ming said to everyone. He naturally wouldn't rush up rashly. According to his usual style, he would first approach to observe the situation. If the situation was favorable, he would attack, and if it wasn't, he would turn around and leave. For them, the distance of tens of thousands of miles was covered in the blink of an eye. In front of them, huge mountains appeared, and on these mountains, huge palaces were built. This was the 8 Snake Demon Palace. At this moment, the 8 Snake Demon Palace had completely turned into a battlefield. Demonic aura soared into the sky, and countless demons gathered into a large formation, turning into huge demonic shadows, roaring like thunder, shaking heaven and earth. On the other side, there were teams from the primitive universe. There were a total of 5 teams. Among them, the 2 teams that came with Lu Ming's group were there, and the captains were De Gang and Xiaoyo. The 5 teams from the Heavenly Palace all activated the battle formation, condensing 5 golden divine swords, which were extremely powerful, clashing with the huge demons. It had to be said that this kind of formation in the Heavenly Palace was really mysterious. Once the formation talisman was integrated into the Heavenly Soldier armor, once activated, not only could it stimulate the cultivator's own strength, but it could also stimulate the power of the Heavenly Soldier armor, which could erupt with amazing power. The 5 golden battle swords were actually locked in a fierce battle with the demons' 10,000 demon god slaughtering formation. After fighting for a while, there was still no clear winner. "Captain, should we make a move?" someone asked Lu Ming. "Wait a minute, someone else is coming," Lu Ming said in a low voice. Sure enough, not far away, there were rays of light flying towards them. It was another team from the Heavenly Palace. As soon as this team arrived, they immediately set up a large formation, condensed a golden battle sword, and charged into the battlefield. With the addition of another team, the Heavenly Palace's strength became stronger, and they began to gain the upper hand, suppressing the demons. A few tall demons were suppressed, and they kept retreating. "Captain, let's make a move quickly. If we make a move now, we can destroy the demons' formation in one fell swoop," someone suggested. "Okay." Lu Ming nodded and was about to give the order to make a move, but immediately, Lu Ming's face became serious. Chapter 4039. Wait! Just as Lu Ming was about to give the order to attack the demons, his expression turned grave and he stopped everyone from doing so. Guillermo had sent Lu Ming telepathically, "Lu Ming, don't attack. I sensed a terrifying strength in the palace." Terrifying strength? Lu Ming's expression was grave and he asked doubtfully. "Indeed, it's a supreme god's chi," said Guam, "a supreme god." Lu Ming was astonished. There was a supreme god in the palace of the 8 snakes? Wasn't it said that the strongest cultivators in the kingdom of the 8 snakes were only cultivators of the 9th godly emperor layer? How could there be a supreme god? Supreme gods were much stronger than godly emperors. Generally speaking, even cultivators of the 9th godly emperor layer couldn't compete with supreme gods. If there was a celestial emperor in the 8-snake demon palace, then the people of the heavenly palace would be in danger. That she is very weak. It seems like a supreme god, but it doesn't seem like one, whispered Guillermo muttered, as if he himself was somewhat puzzled. Boom! At this moment, in the depths of the 8-snake demon palace, a terrifying devilish chi erupted. The devilish chi soared to the sky, and a figure suddenly appeared in the sky. It was also a fiend, but it looked very old. It was an old fiend. "It's His Majesty the King. It's really His Majesty the King." His Majesty the King came out. Did he break through? "That chi isn't a demon emperor's chi, it's a demon emperor's chi," shouted many demons. Demons and gods were very similar, but they weren't divided into godly emperors and supreme gods. They were divided into demon emperors and demon emperors. Demon emperors were equal to godly emperors. Demon emperors were equal to godly emperors. That old man was the king of the 8 snakes demon kingdom. "Creatures of the ancient desolate universe, die!" shouted the king of the 8 snakes demon kingdom. He turned into a beam of demonic light and moved towards one of the troops of the heavenly palace. Shio! The shocking demonic chi condensed into a demonic sword and slashed at the team. The sword chi soared into the sky and its power was shocking. "Control the formation with all your might. Block it." The leader of that group roared. The group of 50 people activated the formation with all their strength, condensing a golden divine sword and slashing forward. Boom! A demonic sword and a divine sword clashed head-on, causing an earth-shattering boom. One side of the sky was filled with demonic chi, while the other side was filled with golden divine light. However, this situation only lasted for a few seconds. The demonic chi suddenly flourished and completely suppressed the golden divine light. With a bang, the golden battle sword directly shattered and exploded. The demonic sword did not stop and continued to slash forward. "Block it." The expressions of everyone in that group changed drastically. They did their best to activate the formation. A light barrier appeared around the 50 of them. It was a defensive light barrier. Boom! The demonic sword ruthlessly slashed at the defensive light barrier, causing another earth-shattering boom to erupt. The next moment, cracks appeared on the defensive light barrier. Then, with a bang, the defensive light barrier exploded. All horrible shrieks spread in the air. Of the 50 people in that group, at least 20 of them let out blood-curdling screams. Their bodies exploded and they died on the spot. Even though they had celestial armors that could block a full-strength attack of a cultivator of the 9th godly emperor layer, it was useless. They were killed by the sharp sword chi. The remaining people were a bit stronger, but they were also pushed back. Many of them had wounds all over their bodies and were coughing up blood. They were seriously injured. Only the leader was in a much better condition. He was not seriously injured. That was because the leader was a second-class celestial soldier. His armor could block a full-strength attack of a cultivator of the 1st Great Supreme God layer. Damn it! It's a Great Supreme God. How could there be a Great Supreme God in the 8 Snakes Demon Mountain range? The people from the other teams also cried out in horror. Alright. Kill all the creatures in the primitive universe. Kill them all. Destroy the heavenly palace's trash. The demons' morale was greatly boosted. Many of them shouted excitedly. In the past, the king of the 8 Snakes Demon Mountain range had been in seclusion to break through to the Great Supreme God layer. Everything was handled by Prince Saemo Luo. In fact, no one was confident that the king could break through to the Great Supreme God layer. It was too difficult to break through to the Great Supreme God layer. In the history of the 8 Snakes Demon Mountain range, there were only a few who could break through to the Great Supreme God layer. Unexpectedly, the king of the 8 Snakes Demon Mountain range had really broken through to the Great Supreme God layer. It was really exciting. The king of the 8 Snakes Demon Mountain range roared. He turned into a demon sword and attacked another group. This team was De Gang's team. Fast, too fast. It was so fast that De Gang and the others could not dodge it. 50 people moving together slowed down a lot. However, they did not dare to split up. There were so many demon experts here. If they split up and did not set up a great array, they would die. Activate the great array. Activate the great array. The gang shouted crazily. Their group activated the great array and condensed a golden sword to fight against the king of the 8 Snakes Demon Mountain range. Unfortunately, the result was similar to the previous group. Under the attack of the demon sword, the battle array collapsed. Nearly half of the people inside died on the spot. The remaining people also suffered heavy injuries. Only the captain, De Gang, was not injured because he did not rely on his 2nd-grade celestial soldier battle armor. 2 groups were broken in succession. Once the battle array was broken, these people were equivalent to being crippled. One had to know that there were countless demons in the surroundings. They were surrounded by demons and could not break out. After breaking 2 groups, the king of the 8 Snakes Demon Mountain range did not have any intention of stopping. He continued to attack, killing his way to the 3rd group. Although the 3rd group resisted with all their might, the result was the same as the previous 2 groups. They were also broken, and a small half of their people died. There were originally 6 groups, but 3 of them were crippled in an instant. Only 3 groups were left. At this time, the king of the 8 Snakes Demon Mountain range stopped. He stood in the air and said, "Activate the 10,000 demon god slaughtering great array. Annihilate them." Countless demons roared and activated the 10,000 demon god slaughtering great array. Huge demonic shadows rushed towards the Heavenly Palace's group. The 3 groups that were crippled did not have a battle array and could not resist these demons. They were killed one after another. Only 3 groups were still intact. They relied on their battle array to resist. However, with only 3 groups, they were not a match for the 10,000 demon god slaughtering great array. They were completely at a disadvantage. If this continued, the battle array would break and people would die. That king of the 8 Snakes Demon Mountain range actually stopped attacking. In the distance, Lu Ming was astonished. With the king of the 8 Snakes Demon Mountain range's strength, he should be able to break the battle array of the remaining 3 groups in one go. That way, he could easily annihilate the Heavenly Palace's group. Why did he stop after breaking 3 groups? Chapter 40. Logically speaking, shouldn't the king of the 8 Snake Demon Kingdom be able to defeat the remaining 3 teams in one go? As long as the battle formation of the Heavenly Palace was destroyed, the people of the Heavenly Palace would be at their mercy. However, the king of the 8 Snake Demon Kingdom only destroyed 3 of the teams and left the other 3 behind. It was a little strange. I know, I finally understand. At this moment, Guemo shouted again. Guemo, what do you understand? Lu Ming asked. I can see that this guy has not really broken through to the Divine Emperor realm. The aura he exudes is just an illusion. I reckon that there is a big problem when he broke through, and he's only half a step into the Divine Emperor realm. Guemo said. Half a step into the Divine Emperor realm? Lu Ming was puzzled. How could such a situation happen? Yes, in the history of the chaotic universe, there are many such cases. Usually, there are people who are not qualified to break through to the Divine Emperor realm, but they force themselves to do so. There are many such people who fail, but there are also cases like this where they only succeed by half a step. In such cases, their cultivation realm is extremely unstable. They will be in the Divine Emperor realm for a while, and then they will be in the Divine Emperor realm for a while. Moreover, if they can't completely enter the Divine Emperor realm within 10,000 years, their body will explode and they will die. Guemo explained. You're saying that when he attacked just now, he was in the Divine Emperor realm, but now he has fallen to the Divine Emperor realm? Lu Ming was smart enough to understand it. His eyes were filled with killing intent. That's right. Guemo nodded. How did he calculate the time of his fall? Will he recover to the Divine Emperor realm in the next moment? Lu Ming asked. No, it will take at least a few hours to recover to the Divine Emperor realm after falling to the Divine Emperor realm. Guemo said. A few hours? Lu Ming's eyes shone even brighter. A plan emerged in his mind. Kid, now is the best time to strike. Guemo said. That's right. However, the 10,000 demons' great formation cannot be underestimated. We have to think of a way to deal with it. We can only rely on Dandan now. Almost instantly, a complete plan appeared in Lu Ming's mind. Everyone, I plan to take action and kill the king of the 8-snake demon kingdom. Following that, Lu Ming sent a sound transmission to Dandan, Ling Yue, and the others. What? Hearing Lu Ming's words, everyone was shocked and looked at Lu Ming in shock. Lu Ming actually wanted to kill a god emperor? This was an immortal emperor. Even if they set up a battle formation, it would be of no use. Only death awaited them. The lesson of the past was right in front of them. Was Lu Ming crazy? Don't worry, I'm not crazy. This king of the 8-snake demon kingdom hasn't completely stepped into the god emperor realm. He's only half a step into the god emperor realm. Lu Ming immediately explained the news that Bone Demon had told him to everyone. When everyone heard this, they were extremely surprised. Mu Yun, what's your plan? Ling Yue asked. My plan is to first kill the king of the 8-snake demon kingdom. However, with so many of us going over, the other party will definitely discover that it's hiding in the 10,000 demons god slaughtering great formation. It won't be easy to kill them. Therefore, you and I can only quietly go over and use our strongest methods to kill the king of the 8-snake demon kingdom in one fell swoop. As for Dandan, he will quietly set up a formation to break the 10,000 demons god slaughtering great formation. Of course, he will also set up a formation that can hide our auras. After the two of us kill the king of the 8-snake demon kingdom, we will quickly gather and set up a battle formation to hunt down the demons. Lu Ming quickly explained his plan. His plan was mainly based on the 3 rings. In the first ring, Dandan would first set up the formation. In the second ring, he and Ling Yue would take action and use their strongest offensive methods to kill the king of the 8-snake demon kingdom in one fell swoop. In the third ring, they would quickly gather and set up a battle formation to break through the 10,000 demons god slaughtering great formation and kill the demons. Don't worry, leave it to me. Dandan nodded. Suddenly, dense runes spread out from his body and his figure disappeared into thin air. Lu Ming and the others continued to wait. The situation at the Heavenly Palace was even more critical at this moment. The 3 teams that had formed a battle formation could only barely defend. They were extremely passive and probably wouldn't be able to hold on for long. As for the 3 teams that had their battle formations broken, they were in an even worse state. The 3 teams originally had a total of 150 people, but now, there were only 3 left. Yes, there were only 3 captains left. They relied on their second-class heavenly armors to bitterly hold on. The others were all dead. Not a single one was left. Even the 3 captains wouldn't be able to hold on for long. The second-class heavenly armors weren't omnipotent. They would run out of energy. I'm unwilling. I just became a heavenly soldier. The remaining people let out unwilling roars and then used all their strength to resist. They were unwilling to die here. Even if there was a 1 in 10,000 chance, they had to fight for it. This was exactly what Lu Ming wanted. It could buy them more time. Dandan, hurry up. Lu Ming whispered. The king of the 8-snake demon kingdom had fallen to the divine emperor realm for about a few hours, but the exact number of hours was not certain. However, by the time they made their move, the other party had already recovered his divine emperor cultivation. That would be troublesome. Fortunately, Dandan's speed was very fast. In less than 2 hours, he had already returned. You can make your move now. It's already settled, Dandan said. With a wave of his hand, runes climbed onto Lu Ming and Ling Yue's bodies, causing their bodies to seem invisible. Their auras also became extremely secretive. The 2 of them didn't stop and directly set off. Following the side, they bypassed the 10,000 demon god slaughtering array and headed toward the king of the 8-snake demon kingdom. The king of the 8-snake demon kingdom stood in the sky with his hands behind his back. He was very confident. Obviously, he didn't expect that someone would dare to attack him. The battle strength he had displayed before was enough to scare people out of their wits. Therefore, he wasn't too wary. Lu Ming and Ling Yue were enveloped by the array set up by Dandan as they quietly approached the king of the 8-snake demon kingdom. On the way, Lu Ming was still observing the situation of the battlefield. The 3 captains who didn't have a battle formation had already fallen. Even if they had a second-tier heavenly soldier armor, they wouldn't be able to last for so long. As for the remaining 3 teams that had set up a battle formation, they could be defeated at any time. This was because the auras of many people inside were extremely weak. Blood was flowing out of their mouths, and they were about to run out of energy. Their battle formation could collapse at any time. Boom! Right at this moment, a shocking rumble resounded, followed by a series of miserable shrieks. One of the battle formations of one of the teams finally couldn't hold on any longer and was defeated. Of the 50 people who formed the battle formation, more than 20 were killed by the demons and died on the spot. Chapter 40-41. Another battle formation was broken, and half of the people died on the spot. The remaining people were also flying for their lives. Unfortunately, they couldn't fly out at all. They were like caged birds, filled with fear. Kill, kill, ha. After killing these creatures of the desolate universe, we can have a celebratory feast tonight and have a full meal. Be careful, leave the corpses intact. Don't destroy them. These are all great supplements. The surrounding demons roared and activated the 10,000 demon god slaughtering array to chase after the heavenly soldiers of the heavenly palace. Without the battle formation, these heavenly soldiers were no match for the demons and were constantly hunted down. The remaining 20 or so people died one after another. At this moment, Lu Ming and Ling Yue were already within 100 miles of the 8-snake demon kingdom's king. You attack here, I'll kill my way over. Lu Ming transmitted his voice to Ling Yue. At a distance of 100 miles, the power of Ling Yue's arrow was completely at its peak. All right, you have to be careful, Ling Yue said with worry in her eyes. Lu Ming went over to fight. If the king of the 8-snake demon kingdom's battle prowess was still at the god emperor realm, then Lu Ming would be in danger. As for her, she still had room to escape. Don't worry. Lu Ming smiled and continued to approach the king of the 8-snake demon kingdom. In Ling Yue's hand, the blood-stained elven royal bow had already appeared. Boom! A powerful aura erupted from Ling Yue's body. A towering tree appeared, and a majestic power poured into Ling Yue's elven royal bow. The elven royal bow trembled, and an arrow condensed. All of this seemed slow, but it was actually very fast. In an instant, an arrow flew through the air and shot towards the king of the 8-snake demon kingdom. As soon as the arrow was shot, the king of the 8-snake demon kingdom sensed it. How dare you! You're courting death! The king of the 8-snake demon kingdom roared, and a powerful demonic aura soared into the sky, transforming into a huge demon sword that slashed towards Ling Yue. However, the aura was far inferior to before. God Emperor Realm. Lu Ming's eyes lit up. As expected, the king of the 8 Snake Demon Kingdom's cultivation was at the God Emperor Realm, not the God Emperor Realm. As long as it was a God Emperor, it was easy. Boom. In an instant, Ling Yue's arrow collided with the demon sword of the 8 Snake Demon Kingdom's king, causing an earth-shattering explosion. Then, Ling Yue's arrow exploded with a bang, and the demon sword also collapsed. The king of the 8 Snake Demon Kingdom's body trembled as he retreated. Even though the king of the 8 Snake Devil Kingdom was no longer in the God Emperor Realm and had temporarily fallen to the God Emperor Realm, his battle prowess was still shockingly strong. After all, he had broken through to the Great Supreme God layer. Even if he had become a godly emperor, he was still much stronger than ordinary cultivators of the 9th godly emperor layer. It had to be known that Ling Yue had already broken through to the 4th layer of the divine emperor realm. Using the Elven King Bao with all her might to kill an ordinary 9th layer divine emperor realm cultivator was as easy as cutting melons and vegetables. However, that attack from earlier had managed to tie with the king of the 8 Snake Demon Kingdom. Fortunately, Ling Yue wasn't the only one who attacked. The moment Ling Yue made her move, Lu Ming also made his move. He held the Gale Bead in his left hand and the Ice Mystic Rod in his right. First, he activated the Gale Bead, and a powerful gale was drawn out, transforming into a terrifying wind blade that shot towards the king of the 8 Snake Demon Kingdom. When Lu Ming's cultivation was still at the 2nd layer of the godly emperor realm, the power within the Gale Bead was already comparable to that of a 9th layer godly emperor realm cultivator. And now, Lu Ming's cultivation had already broken through to the 3rd layer of the godly emperor realm. Coupled with the fact that his great divine wind technique had reached the large success stage, the power of the gale he drew out was several times stronger than before. At the same time that the gale wind blade flew out, Lu Ming's taboo energy was crazily channeled into the Ice Mystic Rod. The Ice Mystic Rod rapidly grew in size, like a mountain range spanning between heaven and earth, and smashed towards the king of the 8 Snake Demon Kingdom. Lu Ming's timing was simply too good. It just so happened that the king of the 8 Snake Demon Kingdom and Ling Yue had exchanged a move and retreated. At this time, the king of the 8 Snake Demon Kingdom had just lost his old strength and had yet to recover his new strength, but Lu Ming's attack had already arrived. The king of the 8 Snake Demon Kingdom let out a roar, forcibly erupting with an intense demonic aura. A pair of demon wings also rapidly grew in size, protecting him in the middle. Boom! The gale wind blade struck the king of the 8 Snake Demon Kingdom. The powerful force blasted the king of the 8 Snake Demon Kingdom back, and at the same time, the scorching gale continuously burned the king of the 8 Snake Demon Kingdom. The king of the 8 Snake Demon Kingdom let out a painful roar, and at this time, the Ice Mystic Rod had already arrived. Lu Ming and Ling Yue's attacks came one after another, not giving the other party a chance to breathe at all. Lu Ming had already broken through to the 3rd layer of the godly emperor realm, and the power of the Ice Mystic Rod with his full strength was already terrifying to the extreme. It was not weaker than the arrows shot by Ling Yue. The king of the 8 Snake Demon Kingdom let out a roar, his eyes filled with fear as he used all his strength to resist. However, at this time, they were afraid that they could only use 50% of their strength. Boom! The Ice Mystic Rod accurately struck the king of the 8 Snake Demon Kingdom. A destructive power exploded, and the king of the 8 Snake Demon Kingdom's pair of demon wings were the first to shatter. The Ice Mystic Rod did not stop, bombarding the king of the 8 Snake Demon Kingdom's body. A large amount of blood mist shot out from the king's body, and his body flew down like a meteor, crashing into a huge mountain peak. With a violent explosion, the mountain peak and the palace on top of the mountain peak completely exploded, and a huge pit appeared on the ground. And the king of the 8 Snake Demon Kingdom's body was embedded in the huge pit. However, he was too miserable. His upper body, including his head, was already gone. He had been completely shattered by the Ice Mystic Rod. With only the lower half of his body left, he was naturally dead. The king of the 8 Snake Demon Kingdom had fallen. This time, all the demons present were stunned. Everything that had happened just now seemed to have happened in the time it took for a spark to fly off a piece of flint. From the moment Ling Yue made her move, and then Lu Ming made his move, killing the king of the 8-snake demon kingdom in one go, it was all completed in an instant. By the time the surrounding demons reacted, the king of the 8-snake demon kingdom had already been killed. These demons were completely stunned. Their eyes were wide open, and they found it hard to believe that their king had been killed just like that. Just a moment ago, their king was still filled with an invincible spirit. He had the battle strength of a god emperor, and he had defeated an entire team with a single move. He was powerful and invincible. But in the next moment, how did he get killed? Their minds were unable to wrap their heads around it. Not only them, even the people from the heavenly palace were stunned. However, they reacted quickly and hurriedly attacked with all their might, wanting to rush out. They almost made a hole in the 10,000 demon gods slaughtering array. The king is dead. Ah, damn it, attack with all your might and kill these heavenly palace bastards to avenge the king. Kill. Countless demons roared, and the 10,000 demon god slaughtering array was activated again, attacking the people from the heavenly palace. At the same time, there were also many attacks aimed at Lu Ming and the others. Chapter 40-42. Those demons also launched their attacks, charging toward Lu Ming and Ling Yue. However, Lu Ming and the others were prepared. After killing the king of the kingdom of the 8 snakes, they retreated at full speed. Lu Ming's subordinates quickly rushed towards Lu Ming and the others. After a few breaths, they gathered together. At the same time, Dandan's figure appeared at the right time and joined them. As soon as they gathered together, they started activating the battle formation. Their battle armors were dazzling and resonating with each other, as if there was an invisible thread connecting them. Battle formation, activate. Dazzling light burst out, condensing into a golden battle sword. It slashed out horizontally, colliding with the demon's attack, blocking the demon's attack. Kill them. Activate the 10,000 demons slaughtering God's great formation. Today, none of them will leave. Kill them all. Avenge the king. Shouted a large number of fiends. They were using their full strength to activate the 10,000 demons slaughtering God's great formation. This was the capital of the kingdom of the 8 snakes. Before, the kingdom of the 8 snakes had gathered all their strong cultivators. Therefore, there were many fiends there. There were at least 500 fiends of the 9th godly emperor layer. There were even more fiends of the 8th and 7th godly emperor layer. Altogether, there were more than 10,000 fiends. It was the real 10,000 demons slaughtering God's great formation. 13 gigantic fiends had condensed. They were terrifyingly strong. Even if they weren't as strong as great supreme gods, they weren't far from it. If the troops of the heavenly palace hadn't relied on the battle formation and the celestial battle armors, they wouldn't have been able to stop them. The difference between them was too great. Even so, they needed at least 5 or 6 troops to stop them. Now, the heavenly palace only had 3 troops, including Lu Ming and the others. They couldn't fight against them head-on. Of the 13 gigantic fiends, 6 of them were attacking the remaining 2 troops with their full strength. 5 fiends were attacking Lu Ming and the others. They wanted to kill them all. Each of the demonic shadows was gigantic. Demonic chi soared into the sky. They held demonic sabers in their hands. With a slash, the void was split into 2. It was extremely terrifying. Lu Ming and the others activated the battle formation with all their might, but they were only able to block a few moves before they were sent flying. Many of them felt their blood boil, their faces flushed red, and they almost vomited blood. The remaining 2 teams were also like arrows at the end of their flight. It was very dangerous for them to deal with the 6 huge demonic shadows. I don't want to die. Among them, Xiao Niu roared in his heart, his eyes full of unwillingness. Although Lu Ming and Ling Yue had suddenly exploded and killed the king of the 8-snake demon kingdom, causing his jaw to drop. Previously, he had looked down on Lu Ming and the others, but he had never thought that Lu Ming and Ling Yue would actually have such strength. This also allowed them to see the hope of survival, and they wanted to rush out in one go. Unfortunately, they were unable to do so in the end. Their strength had weakened too much, and they were unable to rush out. Dandan, what do you think? Is that enough? Lu Ming sent a sound transmission to Dandan. That's enough, watch me. Dandan replied. Following that, he took a few steps forward, and runes spread out, disappearing into the void. Following that, densely packed runes appeared in the void, forming a large array. The situation was extremely similar to the time when Dandan broke the 10,000 demons god-slaughtering formation. As soon as Dandan made his move, the 10,000 demons god-slaughtering formation of the demons stopped operating. Attack the left, then the right. Dandan began to give pointers. Lu Ming and the others immediately activated the battle formation. The golden sword light first slashed towards the left. This sword collided with the demonic blade of a huge demonic shadow. However, the location of the collision was very particular. It happened to be the flaw in the formation. Boom! The huge demonic shadow frantically retreated, and then with a bang, it collapsed. The great formation was broken. The demons inside were flying everywhere. Then, under Dandan's guidance, Lu Ming and the others continued to attack. Every time he made a move, a huge demonic silhouette would be blasted apart. In the blink of an eye, the 5 huge demonic shadows attacking Lu Ming and the others were all destroyed. The remaining people in the heavenly palace were so shocked that their eyes almost popped out of their sockets. Lu Ming and the others had defeated the 5 huge demonic shadows so easily. They were originally in despair, but now, they saw hope again. Mun, quick, come and save us. Xiao Niu roared excitedly. Save you? No, we are weak. We will drag you down if we go over. You are strong, I believe you can escape on your own. The one who spoke was not Lu Ming, but Dandan. His tone was full of disdain. Previously, Xiao Niu was very disdainful of Lu Ming and the others. He also said that he did not want to act with Lu Ming and the others because Lu Ming and the others would be a burden to him. Now, Dandan returned Xiao Niu's own words to him. Xiao Niu's face was flushed red, and he wanted to find a hole to hide in. With the strength of Lu Ming and the others, how could they be a burden to them? Wasn't that ridiculous? We are all heavenly soldiers. You can't leave us to die. Xiao Niu shouted. He did not want to admit his mistake and wanted to use the rules of the heavenly soldiers to suppress Lu Ming and the others. We are not leaving you to die. We can't even protect ourselves. There are so many demons. Oh, I can't take it anymore. Let's fight back. Oh, Dandan was making a big fuss. Lu Ming and the others controlled the battle formation to kill the demons around them, but they did not go over to help. Xiao Niu was so angry that he almost vomited blood. Xiao Niu, look at the situation now. Why don't you apologize to Captain Muyun and admit your mistake? Another captain yelled. That's right, Xiao Niu. You are as blind as a bat. Hurry up and admit your mistake. I don't want to die with you. That's right. Captain Muyun is peerless. How can you insult him? Hurry up and apologize. This time, it was Xiao Niu's subordinates who shouted. They did not want to die with Xiao Niu. Xiao Niu was so angry that his lungs almost exploded, but in such a situation, he had to admit his mistake. Muyun, it's my fault. I was as blind as a bat. Please forgive me. Just treat my words as a fart. Please help me. Xiao Niu shouted. He was extremely unwilling, but in such a situation, he could only lower his head. That's more like it. I wanted you to kneel down and admit your mistake, but seeing that the situation is special, I'll skip it. Dandan shouted, feeling very comfortable. Afterward, Lu Ming and the rest's battle formation flew over and did the same thing, destroying all the huge demonic shadows. Kill the demons! Lu Ming shouted and controlled the battle formation. The golden sword light continued to slash out violently. Every time the sword light slashed, a large number of demons would be killed. Once the god-slaughtering 10,000 demons array was destroyed, the demons were no match for Lu Ming and the others even though there were many of them. Chapter 40-43. Xiao Niu and the other team gasped for breath and flew to the side. They could only watch Lu Ming and the others kill the evil beasts. They also wanted to kill evil beasts, but unfortunately, they had been fighting against the evil beasts for a long time and were on the verge of collapsing. They were all very weak and couldn't maintain the battle formation anymore. Without the battle formation, they couldn't compete with the evil beasts at all. Not only could they not kill the evil beasts, but they would also die at their hands. They could only seize the time to recover. Lu Ming and the others also seized the time to kill the evil beasts. Without the 10,000 evil god-slaughtering great formation, the evil beast's strength was scattered. They couldn't compete with Lu Ming and the others. Golden sword lights flashed and a large number of evil beasts fell like wheat. Kill them! Some demons roared furiously, revealing a crazed expression. They dashed toward Lu Ming and the rest without regard for their lives, wanting to fight them to the death. But swoosh! A golden sword light flashed and a dozen evil beasts of the 9th godly emperor layer were killed. Their corpses fell to the ground. Chaos. It was complete chaos. The scene was in chaos. The evil beasts had lost their will to fight and were running away in all directions. Some evil beasts went crazy and wanted to kill Lu Ming and the others. Of course, Lu Ming killed them easily. After a short time, the ground was covered with evil beasts' corpses. Not far away, the other 2 teams of the Heavenly Palace looked greedy. Those evil beasts were all above the 7th godly emperor layer. Each drop of evil beast's blood could be exchanged for a lot of merit points. Especially Xiaoyo, the light of greed in his eyes was even more intense. Everybody, there's so much evil beast's blood. How could we let Mu Yun's team have all of it? Let's go and collect some, whispered Xiaoyo to the others. That's not good. After all, they saved us, said someone hesitantly. You're looking at the problem too superficially. They saved us, but if we hadn't stopped the evil beasts, how could they have had the opportunity to break the evil beast's great formation? How could they have had the opportunity to kill the king of the 8 snake evil beasts? It's all because of us. We should get some evil beast's blood, right? Xiaoyo sneered. Yes, Captain Xiaoyo is right. We should share a portion of the evil demon's spirit blood. Someone said. However, some people shook their heads, still feeling that it was inappropriate. Humph, if you don't want the evil demon's spirit blood, then we don't need to share the evil demon's spirit blood with you. Xiaoyo snorted and rushed out to collect the evil demon's spirit blood. More than a dozen of his subordinates also rushed out to collect the demon blood with Xiaoyo, while the others did not move. Although these people were tempted by the demon's spirit blood, they couldn't bring themselves to do it. After all, Lu Ming and the others had just saved them. If they wanted to divide the spoils of war with Lu Ming's group in the blink of an eye, it would be too shameless. Captain, should we go up? Someone from the other team asked the captain. No one is allowed to go up. If anyone goes up, don't blame me for being rude. Xiaoyo may be shameless, but I am, said the captain coldly. His cold gaze swept over his team members. A few of them were originally very tempted and wanted to charge forward. However, when they were swept by his cold gaze, they immediately hesitated and didn't dare to charge forward. Lu Ming and the others naturally saw the actions of Xiaoyo and the others. Ness, shameless, really shameless. How dare they snatch the evil demon spirit blood from us? Damn it, we saved him. How dare they do this? Simply shameless. Ungrateful bastards. Many people in Lu Ming's team cursed loudly. Their voices spread far and wide. Xiaoyo and the others naturally heard them. Xiaoyo's face was very cold, but he didn't stop his actions. He was still collecting the evil demon spirit blood quickly. He snorted in his heart. Mu Yun, sooner or later, I will make you pay back the shame you have inflicted on me 10 times over. I will make you kneel in front of me and beg for mercy. Yes, not only was he not grateful to Lu Ming for saving him, but he also blamed Lu Ming for making him lose face. He regarded this as a great humiliation and must take revenge. They are really shameless. Let's go and slaughter them. In the crowd, Dandan gritted his teeth and said to Lu Ming, don't worry, let them collect for a while. Since there is free labor, why not use it? Let's hunt the evil demons first. Don't let them run away. Lu Ming said. His face was always calm, but in the depths of his eyes, there was a flash of killing intent. Haha, I understand. Okay, let's wait. Dandan laughed. He had been with Lu Ming for so long, so he knew Lu Ming too well. He could read Lu Ming's thoughts from Lu Ming's expression. With Lu Ming's character, would he give up the benefits in his hands and let Xiaonyo take it for free? How naive! Continue to hunt the evil demons. Lu Ming roared, constantly urging the battle formation to hunt the evil demons. The sword chi swept across hundreds of thousands of miles. Large numbers of evil demons were killed, and their corpses fell to the ground like raindrops. Seeing that Lu Ming and the others did not come to stop them, Xiaonyo sneered. Humph, a coward. Sure enough, you dare not violate the rules of the heavenly palace and attack us. Xiaonyo sneered in his heart. He became bolder and kept collecting the evil demon's spiritual blood. The other dozen people did the same. They thought that Lu Ming and the others did not dare to say anything, so they sped up. Drops of evil demon's spiritual blood flew out of the evil demon's corpses and were collected by them. Among Xiaonyo's team, a few people could not resist the temptation and joined the crowd to collect the evil demon's spiritual blood. After a while, almost all the evil demons were killed. Of course, most of them escaped. After all, there were so many evil demons that they could not kill all of them. Naturally, a group of people would escape. At this time, Xiaonyo and the others had collected at least half of the evil demon's spiritual blood. It's about time. Xiaonyo nodded secretly. If possible, he wanted to collect all the evil demon's spiritual blood. However, if he went too far, he was really afraid that Lu Ming would go crazy. So, he wanted to quit while he was ahead and retreat. He moved, wanting to return to the team and then leave. Did I let you go? A cold voice sounded. Then, a powerful aura shrouded Xiaonyo and the others. Lu Ming stared coldly at Xiaonyo. The golden battle sword condensed by the battle formation was aimed at Xiaonyo and the others from a distance, as if it would launch a fatal blow at any time. Xiaonyo and the others stiffened and did not dare to move. Although he had the second-class celestial soldier armor, the energy in the armor had been depleted in the previous battle. It would take a while for the armor to absorb the energy between heaven and earth to recover. Without the second-class celestial soldier armor, he would definitely not be able to withstand the attack launched by Lu Ming and the others. Chapter 40-44. Xiaonyo looked at Lu Ming angrily and said, Mu Yun, what do you want? What do I want? Don't tell me you can't figure it out? This abyss devil spirit blood is mine. Now hand it all over, said Lu Ming coldly. Xiaonyo and the others still wanted his evil demon's spirit blood. That was ridiculous. He had thought that Xiaonyo and the others were free labor so that he could find time to kill more evil demon's spirit blood. Mu Yun, you want to monopolize the evil demon's spirit blood. You're too greedy. If we hadn't risked our lives, you wouldn't have been able to defeat the evil demon's formation. Everyone has a share of the evil demon's spirit blood. The rest is yours, said Xiaonyo. I'll give you 10 seconds to hand over the evil demon's spirit blood. Lu Ming ignored Xiaonyo and looked at all the people who had collected the evil demon's spirit blood. Everyone's expression changed and they felt pressured. Don't worry about him. We collected it ourselves. Why should we give it to him? The Heavenly Palace has a rule that we can't kill each other. He won't dare do anything to us, said Xiaonyo, looking at Lu Ming coldly. The Heavenly Palace had a rule that heavenly soldiers couldn't kill each other. If he didn't hand over the evil demon's spirit blood, what could Lu Ming do to him? That's right, we won't hand it over. That's right. Let's see what he can do, shouted the others who had collected the evil demon's spirit blood. Then they gathered around Xiaonyo. The evil demon's spirit blood had been left by evil demons of the 7th godly emperor layer and above. There were even many evil demons of the 9th godly emperor layer. How many merit points could they be worth? Merit points represented treasures and wealth. Asking them to hand over the evil demon's spirit blood was like cutting off their flesh and blood. Shameless. Shameless. Shit, I want to kill them, shouted Lu Ming's team members. They gnashed their teeth and stared at Xiaonyo and the others. Oh, is that so? Lu Ming whispered. The cold glint in his eyes intensified. Formation, rise. Suddenly, Lu Ming shouted softly. What? Lu Ming's team members were stunned. Was Lu Ming going to activate the battle formation to deal with Xiaonyo and the others? However, this was a violation of the heavenly rules. I told you to activate the battle formation. Don't you understand? If anything happens, I'll take responsibility for it. Lu Ming's voice turned cold. Activate the battle formation. Rise. At this moment, everyone activated the battle formation. The golden sword light shone brightly, and the sword light traversed between heaven and earth. Mu Yun, what are you trying to do? You dare? You dare? Xiaonyu roared. A strand of golden sword chi swept out, tearing the void apart at an astonishing speed. Puff puff. Besides Xiaonyu, a few heavenly soldiers did not react at all. Their bodies were cut into several pieces, and even their souls did not escape. They died on the spot. Everyone was stunned. The people from the other team were stunned. Xiaonyu was also stunned. They did not expect that Lu Ming would actually dare to attack and kill a celestial soldier. One had to know that this was against the heavenly rules. Only death awaited those who violated the heavenly rules. Lu Ming actually dared to do this? He actually dared to do this? Where did he get the courage from? Xiaonyu's face changed. The faces of the other heavenly soldiers beside him also changed. They all turned pale. You dare? Xiaonyu stared at Lu Ming, and his face was covered in cold sweat. His body trembled slightly, and there was no longer the domineering and confident look in his eyes. There was only fear. What responded to him was a strand of golden sword chi. Next to Xiaonyu, a few more heavenly soldiers were killed on the spot. Do you think I dare or not? Lu Ming said coldly. Thump, thump. Next to Xiaonyu, a few heavenly soldiers directly knelt on the ground and cried in a shrill voice, Captain Mu Yun, please have mercy. We're willing to hand over all the demon spirit blood. We're willing to hand over all the demon spirit blood. Please spare our lives. They were scared. They were really scared. Previously, they had relied on the heavenly rules to act unscrupulously, and they were sure that Lu Ming would not dare to do anything to them. They never expected that Lu Ming would be so bold and lawless. He was a demon. No, he was even more terrifying than a demon. He actually disregarded the heavenly rules and attacked them directly. This kind of person was too scary. Xiaonyu's body trembled even more, and he almost knelt down. Fear and regret. Now he regretted it. If he had known that Lu Ming was so lawless, he would never have snatched the spoils from Lu Ming. Mu Yun, it's a misunderstanding. It's all a misunderstanding. I was just helping you collect the demon spirit blood so that you would have time to hunt demons. Since you're almost done hunting, I'll give you the demon spirit blood now. Xiaonyu hurriedly said. Oh, that's not what you said just now. Lu Ming said lightly. I was wrong just now. I was blinded by lard. You're a great person and don't hold a grudge against me. Please don't take it to heart. Xiaonyu shouted. In order to survive, he was going all out. He did not care about his reputation anymore. A man knew when to yield and when not to yield. As long as he was alive, he must report Lu Ming killing the heavenly soldiers and let Lu Ming die without a burial place. I gave you a chance just now, but you didn't know how to cherish it. Do you really think I'm that easy to talk to? Lu Ming said coldly. Since he had already attacked, he had no intention of letting Xiaonyu go. At this moment, Xiaonyu suddenly moved. He erupted with all his strength and grabbed a few heavenly soldiers beside him. He grabbed them and threw them to Lu Ming. Then he retreated physically and mentally, trying to escape. However, Lu Ming had been watching Xiaonyu for a long time. How could he escape? Swoosh, swoosh. In the void, streaks of golden sword light condensed and attacked Xiaonyu and the others. The golden sword light dispersed. Although its power was much weaker, it was more than enough to deal with Xiaonyu and the others. The heavenly soldiers were pierced by the sword chi and killed on the spot. Ah! Mu Yun, you'll die a horrible death. You'll die a horrible death. Xiaonyu shouted crazily. At the same time, he used all his strength to resist. Xiaonyu had the strength of the 9th godly emperor layer, but he could not use his second-class heavenly soldier armor. He could not resist the golden sword light at all. The golden sword light pierced through Xiaonyu's forehead. With a plop, Xiaonyu's corpse fell to the ground. There was no trace of chi left. At this point, all the heavenly soldiers who had tried to steal the demon spirit blood had been killed by Lu Ming. Lu Ming's team members looked very grave. After all, killing so many heavenly soldiers was against the rules of the heavens. They were very nervous. However, there were people who were more nervous than them. They were the other team members, including Xiaoniu and the others who had not tried to steal the demon's spirit blood. They were afraid that Lu Ming would kill them to silence them. The people of the other team had secretly activated their battle formation. After all, only a battle formation could compete with Lu Ming's battle formation. Chapter 40-45. However, although the other team operated the battle formation, they were not confident. Even if it was the same battle formation, it depended on the strength of the operator. The stronger the operator, the stronger the power. Moreover, they had gone through a fierce battle before and had not recovered at all. Even if they operated the battle formation, they were probably no match for Lu Ming and the others. The remaining members of Xiaoniu's team looked even worse. Cold sweat oozed from their faces and they quietly retreated. "You'd better stay." Lu Ming looked at these people coldly. They immediately stopped and did not dare to move. "Captain Mu, do you really want to kill us?" Another captain asked. "No, I don't want to kill you and I don't kill innocent people. However, if we let you leave and spread what happened today, we will definitely be punished by the heavenly law," Lu Ming said. The eyes of Lu Ming's team members were filled with murderous intent. Although Lu Ming said that he would take responsibility for everything, they had used a battle formation to kill Xiaoniu and the others. Once the Heavenly Palace investigated, they would not be able to absolve themselves from the blame and could not stay out of it. "We can swear on our life origin that we will never reveal what happened today," another captain said. "Yes, we swear on our life origin." The others also shouted. "Okay, how about this? You swear on your life origin that if you reveal what happened today, you will immediately be attacked by the inner demons and your souls will be annihilated," Lu Ming said. Everyone's face changed slightly. This oath was extremely heavy. If it was leaked, they would probably be killed immediately. However, in this situation, they could only swear. Immediately, the people of the other team and the people left by Xiaoniu all swore on their life origin. "Now, can we go?" After taking the oath, the team leader looked at Lu Ming cautiously. "Of course, please go ahead." Lu Ming smiled. As soon as Lu Ming finished his words, those people moved one after another and left the place. All of a sudden, only Lu Ming's team was left. "Everyone, I think we also need to swear on our life origin. It's not that we don't trust you. After all, this matter concerns our lives." Lu Ming's gaze swept across all the team members. "Yes, Captain, I think so too. Yes, to be safe, let's swear." Lu Ming's team members all agreed. Now, they were in the same boat. If anyone leaked it out, they would die. Naturally, they all agreed to swear together. Immediately, Lu Ming was the first to swear, and then the others followed. After everyone had sworn their oaths, Lu Ming smiled and said, "Everyone is my brothers who have gone through life and death with me. We will share our blessings in the future. Now, let's start collecting the evil demon's spirit blood. When we return, we will distribute it according to your contributions." Absolutely. It's so cool to follow Captain Yun. Speaking of the evil spirit blood, everyone's mood was lifted again. They then started to collect the evil spirit blood one by one. The evil spirit blood on Xiaoniu and the others was naturally collected by Lu Ming and the others. They became free labor and lost their lives. After putting away all of the Abyss Devil's spirit blood, they burned the corpses of Xiaoniu and the others to ashes. After all, Xiaoniu and the others were killed by their battle formation. If the big shots of the Heavenly Palace came to check, they would most likely find out. Therefore, destroying the bodies was the right way to go. Anyway, after the people of the Heavenly Palace were killed by the evil spirit blood, they would become the evil spirit blood's food. Only a few of them would have an intact corpse. After everything was done, Lu Ming and the others left. However, they had no plans to return to Nantian City for the time being. Previously, at least half of the evil spirits had escaped and were scattered all over the 8 Snake Mountains. Now, these evil spirits were like lambs waiting to be slaughtered. It would be a pity if they didn't deal with them. With Dandan around, it was not difficult to find these evil spirits. For the next period of time, they hunted evil spirits in the 8 Snake Mountains. With Dandan around, these evil spirits could be found and killed even if they hid underground. A month later, Lu Ming and the others returned to Nantian City with a full harvest. Sure enough, after they returned to Nantian City, the higher-ups of the Heavenly Palace did not find trouble with them. Obviously, the news of them killing Xiaonyo and the others was not leaked. In fact, it was normal for some heavenly soldiers to die in the battle with the evil spirits. However, they had lost too many heavenly soldiers in the 8 Snake Mountains this time. Therefore, there were still people who asked Lu Ming and the others about the process of the 8 Snake Mountains. They all told the truth. Of course, they would not say that they killed Xiaonyo and the others. They only said that Xiaonyo and the others were killed in the battle with the evil spirits. Anyway, in the 8 Snake Demons Mountains, the number of heavenly soldiers killed by the evil spirits was not small. I didn't expect that a demon emperor would be born in the 8 Snake Demons Mountains. It's our negligence. Muyun, you did well. The heavenly generals blamed themselves a little and then praised Lu Ming. This matter was over just like that. After that, Lu Ming's team distributed the evil spirit blood according to the rules of the Heavenly Palace. Everyone had a good harvest and were all smiles. In Nantian City, they could not exchange the evil spirit blood for merit points. Only when they returned to Dreamsky City and went to the Well of Merit could they exchange it for merit points. However, as long as they had the evil spirit blood, wouldn't it be a matter of time before they could exchange it for merit points? On the other side of the city wall, in a large hall, some people were discussing. These people were all experts of the angel tribe. That Mu Yun is finally going to go out to hunt evil spirits. His time of death has come. A male angel said coldly. He was Lafitte. Previously, he went to the 2nd grade area, 8 Snake Mountains. I received news that next time, he should go to the 3rd grade area, Constellation Demon Island. Another angel said, well, then Constellation Demon Island will be his time of death. Lafitte said coldly. During this period, they did not give up on dealing with Lu Ming. It was just that when they were in Dreamsky City, due to the heavenly rules, they could not make a move. But here, they were going out to hunt evil spirits. This was their opportunity. How do we do it? Do we do it directly? If the news leaks out, it will be bad for us. After all, it's against the heavenly rules. Another young angel said, in the dark universe, there are many people who violate the heavenly rules and kill people. As long as there is no evidence, the higher-ups will turn a blind eye. Lafitte said, indeed, these heavenly soldiers came from different races. It was normal for them to have grudges with each other. Although there were heavenly rules, killing each other secretly was unavoidable. Chapter 40-46. Therefore, as long as it didn't happen in Dreamsky City or Nantian City and didn't leave any obvious evidence, the higher-ups of the Heavenly Palace would turn a blind eye. As long as they did it cleanly, nothing would happen. That being said, there's a better way. Why not use it? One of the female angels said, you mean the spirits of Nether? Raphael said, that's right. The female angel nodded. That's good. It'll save us a lot of trouble if the spirits of Nether do it. Raphael nodded. The spirits of Nether was a powerful race on the Eldritch Universe's 10,000 races list. This race was notorious in the Eldritch Universe because they loved to assassinate, and their success rate was extremely high. Every member of this race was a top-notch assassin. Many races in the universe wanted to destroy the spirits of Nether, but the spirits of Nether had the backing of the demons, one of the top 10 races. And there were rumors that many spirits of Nether were secretly working for the Heavenly Palace. So even though many races wanted to destroy the spirits of Nether, they didn't have the guts to do so. Finding the spirits of Nether to kill Lu Ming was a good idea. The angels discussed for a while, and then Raphael set off with a few people. In a very remote building in Nantian City, Raphael met an elder of the spirits of Nether. The old man's eyes were filled with a cold aura and killing intent. Angels, it's rare to see you here. What's the matter? The elder of the spirits of Nether said. His voice was cold and creepy. I'm here to kill someone, Raphael said. Oh. The elder of the spirits of Nether asked. On the 33rd wall, a second-class heavenly soldier named Mu Yun. Raphael said. A second-class heavenly soldier must be the captain. He has his own team and can form a battle formation. He's not easy to deal with. The elder of the spirits of Nether frowned. A battle formation formed by a team was extremely powerful. If one wanted to kill such a person, they would have to send out an emperor god. However, in Nantian City, god emperors had god emperors missions. Furthermore, god emperors usually went to high-level areas. The chances of them being in the same area as a second-class heavenly soldier were too low. You don't have to worry about the other party's battle formation. We already have a way to deal with it. We just need to bribe one of their members. When the time comes, as long as one person doesn't cooperate, it will be very difficult for their battle formation to succeed. Rafid said. The spirit of 9 Elder fell into deep thought. After thinking for a while, he said, Do you have any detailed information about Mu Yun? Let me see it. Of course. Lafit nodded. A jade talisman appeared in his hand, and he passed it to the spirit of Yin Clan's old man. The angels were already prepared. They had collected Lu Ming's information in a very comprehensive manner. The spirit of 9 old man took it and scanned it with his spiritual sense. His expression immediately changed. This is a peerless monster who controls 2 great killing weapons. His strength is astonishing, and he also has a second-class celestial soldier armor. This kind of person is extremely difficult to kill. The spirit of 9 old man said. Lafit snorted coldly in his heart. He knew that the spirit of 9 old man was making all sorts of excuses because he wanted a higher price. His great killing weapons and second-class celestial soldier armor are easy to deal with. We will provide the forbidden weapon domain seal. It can make his great killing weapons and second-class celestial soldier armor ineffective. At that time, he will be a lamb waiting to be slaughtered. Lafit said. You are actually willing to take out the forbidden weapon domain seal. I really don't know how Mu Yun offended you. The spirit of 9 old man laughed a few times, and a hint of surprise appeared on his face. Alright, are you going to take it or not? If not, we will have to find someone else. Lafit said. Of course, we will take it. A voice sounded. The one who spoke was not the spirit of 9 old man, but another person. Unknowingly, a young man had appeared in the room. It was a young spirit of 9. The pupils of Lafit and the others shrank rapidly. They did not notice when this young spirit of 9 came in. And Xing, you are in Xing. You have also come to Nantian City? Then, Lafit seemed to recognize the young spirit of 9 and cried out in surprise. This young man was called in Xing, and he was a very famous genius. This was because this person was also a candidate for the Universe Genius list. Although he was still young, his strength was extremely powerful and strange. Let me see. And Xing stretched out his hand and grabbed the jade talisman in the spirit of 9 old man's hand. He scanned it with his spiritual sense and an interested expression appeared on his face. A peerless monster. Good, very good. I love to kill monsters the most in my life. I will accept this mission. Leave the forbidden weapon domain seal behind. And Xing said, All right. Lafit nodded and revealed a happy expression. With the help of the Dark Star, Lu Ming had no other choice but to die. However, don't be careless. Other than Mu Yun, he has a few companions beside him. They are also very strong. One is the genius of the world divine turtle race, and the other is the elf princess Ling Yue. Lafit also introduced Dandan and Ling Yue in detail. Don't worry about this. We have our own ways. They are going to the Star Devil Island next, right? The 55th city wall I am on is not going to the Star Devil Island. I will need your angel race to do something about this. And Xing said, Don't worry about this. We will arrange it. We have provided so much. I hope you can succeed in one go. Lafit said. In order to kill Lu Ming, they had spent a lot of money. They had even taken out the forbidden weapon domain seal. However, Lu Ming had a great killing weapon and a second-class heavenly soldier battle armor on him. There was nothing they could do about it. Both sides hit it off immediately. After discussing the details, Lafitte left. A peerless monster? He, become my stepping stone, become my spirit killer. And Xing sneered, his eyes filled with anticipation. Lu Ming and the others returned to Nantian City. After resting for about 7 days, they received a new order. This time, their target was the 3rd grade area, the Star Devil Island. The Star Devil Island was a 3rd grade area. Naturally, it was much more dangerous than the 2nd grade area. Therefore, all the members of the 33rd City Wall were mobilized. In addition, the experts of the other sections of the city wall were also mobilized. Furthermore, the first-class Heavenly Soldier Commandant of each section of the city wall would personally head over to hold the line. Most of those who could become first-class Heavenly Soldiers were experts in the Divine Lord realm. Of course, there were also some who didn't have the cultivation of the Divine Lord realm but had accumulated merit points. However, there were only a few of them, and all of them were top-notch monsters. The first-class Heavenly Soldier Lu Danning of the 33rd City Wall was a Divine Lord Realm expert. In the 3rd grade area, there were Devil Lord Realm demons. Therefore, the purpose of these Divine Lords was to deal with these Devil Lords. As for the demons below the Devil Lord Realm, they would be left to Lu Ming and the others. Chapter 4047. The Astral Demon Island was a 3rd-level area. It was extremely dangerous. There were countless demons of the 7th Godly Emperor layer and above. There were many more demons than the 8 Snakes Mountain range. Besides, the terrain of the Astral Demon Island was completely different from the 8 Snakes Mountain range. This was a vast and boundless lake. In the middle of the lake, there were many islands. They were like stars in the universe, which was why it was called the Astral Devil Island. On that day, a large number of celestial soldiers arrived at the outskirts of the Astral Demon Island. From afar, they couldn't see the end of the island. It was too vast. Lu Ming and the others were among the group of celestial soldiers. The people of the 33rd City Wall were all there. Not only the 33rd City Wall, there were also many people from the other city walls. When you enter the Astral Demon Island, you have to be careful. You have to form a battle formation. Besides, the demons of the 3rd level area are different from those of the 2nd level area. Some demons can't be judged by their cultivation level. Some demons are extremely strong. For example, some demons have the cultivation level of the 9th Godly Emperor layer, but they are much stronger than ordinary demons of the 9th Godly Emperor layer. Lu Danning warned them seriously. Everyone nodded and remembered Lu Danning's words. "Let's go." A tall and sturdy man spoke. This person was the captain of another section of the city wall. He was a first-rate heavenly soldier and also a divine emperor expert. "Let's go." The other captains nodded. Swoosh, swoosh, swoosh. Their silhouettes flickered and they disappeared. They were heading towards the depths of the Astral Demon Island. Godly emperors had tasks for them. They had to eliminate the godly emperors of the Astral Demon Island. "Let's go. Kill our way in and obtain the blood of the demons." The moment the various first-rate celestial soldiers left, the captains of the various sections of the city wall gave their orders one after another. They led their respective teams and charged towards the constellation Devil Island, disappearing into the vast constellation Devil Island. Lu Ming led his troops and rushed towards the Astral Demon Island. After entering the Starry Devil Island, all of them split up. Each of the captains led a group and flew off in different directions. The Astral Demon Island was extremely vast. They weren't afraid of stealing other people's demons. Swoosh, swoosh. Lu Ming and the others were extremely fast. Not long after, an island appeared in front of them. If there was an island, there would usually be demons. They rushed towards the island. Bang, bang, bang. They had yet to reach the island when the lake water below exploded continuously. A large group of demons dashed out of the lake and charged toward Lu Ming and the rest. Kill these heavenly palace people. Demonic chi sword to the sky, and demonic sabers, demonic swords, demonic claws, demonic lights, and the like covered the sky as they rushed towards Lu Ming and the others. Battle formation. Lu Ming shouted. Fortunately, when they were flying earlier, the team was not in disarray. They were arranged according to the battle formation. At this moment, they could activate the battle formation in an instant. Following Lu Ming's shout, the battle formation was activated. Golden rays of light flashed out and transformed into a golden light shield, enveloping Lu Ming and the others. Boom! Boom! With a series of explosions, the attacks of these demons were all blocked by the light barrier. So many strong demons, at least 30 demons of the 9th godly emperor layer. Lu Ming's heart was pounding. As soon as the demons attacked, he could roughly sense their cultivation level. There were at least 30 demons of the 9th godly emperor layer, hundreds of demons of the 8th and 7th godly emperor layer, and more than 3,000 demons of the 7th godly emperor layer. No wonder they were in the 3rd level area. This was only an island in the periphery of the constellation Demon Island, and surprisingly, there were so many strong cultivators. One could imagine how many strong demons were gathered on the constellation Demon Island. It was difficult to count the number of demons of the 9th godly emperor layer. However, these demons were no match for them at all. Needless to say, they had a combat formation. Even if they did not, Lu Ming could kill all these demons alone. Shouted Lu Ming extremely loudly. Golden lights turned into a golden battle sword and swept across the sky. Blood splashed on the surface of the lake. In a flash, over 100 demons had been killed. Shouted Lu Ming extremely loudly. Golden sword lights flashed, and the demons couldn't compete with him. Their corpses fell like raindrops on the surface of the lake. They're too strong, hurry up and retreat. Let's go! The remaining demons panicked. They retreated frantically, wanting to escape. However, Lu Ming and the rest were in hot pursuit. After a round of fierce killing, at least 70% of the demons were killed. The remaining demons fled in all directions. Collect the demon's spirit blood. Don't panic, ordered Lu Ming. In this place, they had to maintain a battle formation at all times, otherwise, it would be dangerous. They started collecting the demon's spirit blood while maintaining a battle formation. At that moment, Lu Ming saw a large number of demons fly out of the island, but they weren't flying towards them, they were flying towards the depths of the constellation Demon Island. Obviously, those demons had been waiting to ambush them. When they realized that they couldn't compete with Lu Ming and the others, they started retreating. Lu Ming and the others didn't chase them, they continued collecting the demon's spirit blood. After a short time, they collected all the demon's spirit blood and flew towards the island. When they arrived, they didn't see any demons. All the demons had retreated, leaving behind an empty island. We've been discovered by the demons. Next, we have to be careful, Lu Ming warned. Then they continued forward. Not long after, they saw another demon island. When they carefully approached it, they realized that this demon island was still empty and the demons had retreated. It seems that the demons have retreated to the depths, Ling Yue said. Perhaps they've retreated to a bigger island to meet up with the other demons to deal with us. Lu Ming added. This was normal. If he were in their shoes, he would do the same. Next, they continued forward. They passed by several islands in a row, but they didn't find any traces of the demons. Finally, after passing by 6 islands in a row, they found the 7th island. This island was very large. Its area was probably even larger than the previous 6 islands combined. And this island had demons. The Heavenly Palace's bastards are here. Set up the 10,000 demons god slaughtering formation. On the island in front, roars could be heard. Then, demonic energy soared into the sky, and demonic shadows appeared in the demonic energy. So many demons! Someone in Lu Ming's team exclaimed. It seems that the demons on the previous 6 islands have all retreated to this island. Another person said. As for Lu Ming, Dandan, and Ling Yue, they looked at each other. It was the 10,000 demon god slaughtering array again. The 3 of them muttered in their hearts. Let's take a closer look, Lu Ming ordered. Chapter 40-48. Lu Ming and the rest approached the island and discovered that there were many devil figures on the island. Their devil chi towered up into the sky, and experts were as common as the clouds. It was unknown how many powerful devils there were. These devils laid down the myriad devil god slaughtering grand formation, forming several gigantic devil figures that stood in the four corners of the island. The people from the desolate universe are here. Kill them. Kill! When Lu Ming and the rest approached, the devils on the island discovered Lu Ming. All of them roared and controlled the myriad devil god slaughtering grand formation to attack Lu Ming and the rest. Swish, a gigantic devil figure wielding a devil saber slashed down at Lu Ming, exuding towering devil might. Retreat! Lu Ming immediately gave the order and they quickly retreated to the back to avoid this attack. The space trembled as another powerful devil figure rushed towards Lu Ming and the rest. Lu Ming and the rest retreated again, increasing the distance between them. The devils no longer pursued them and retreated back to the island. Dandan, I'll leave this to you. Lu Ming spoke to Dandan. No problem. Dandan laughed. His figure flickered in the air as he started to set up the formation. He had already broken the myriad devil god slaughtering grand formation a few times and could be considered familiar with it. The speed at which he set it up was extremely fast. Not long after, Dandan's figure returned. Done. Dandan laughed confidently. Brothers and sisters, let's kill the devils. Lu Ming spoke. Kill the devils. Kill! Lu Ming's group members all cheered loudly. They also knew that Dandan's Tao of formations was extremely strong. Previously, he had broken the myriad devil god slaughtering grand formation. Hence, they were extremely confident this time around. They formed a battle formation and rushed towards the island again. On the island, the myriad devil god slaughtering grand formation was activated. Several gigantic devil figures rushed towards Lu Ming and the rest. Rise! At that moment, Dandan attacked. Runes filled the sky, forming a huge battle. Countless runes filled the void, causing the fiend devil's myriad devil god slaughtering grand formation to tremble, revealing a flaw. According to Dandan's instructions, Lu Ming and the others launched an attack. The golden sword light slashed at a huge demonic shadow. With a deafening boom, the demonic shadow was disintegrated. Many abyss devils had perished inside. Lu Ming and the others didn't stop there. They continued to operate the formation and charged towards the second gigantic demonic shadow. The second gigantic demonic shadow also couldn't escape the fate of being defeated. Bang! Bang! Following a series of explosions, the remaining gigantic demonic shadows were blown apart one after another. The 10,000 demons god slaughtering array was broken. Without the 10,000 demons god slaughtering grand formation, these abyss devils weren't a match for Lu Ming and the others. They were killed by Lu Ming and the others as if they were vegetables. Their corpses fell into the lake like raindrops. Just as Lu Ming and the others were hunting the abyss devils, there were a few cold eyes staring at Lu Ming and the others in the dark. One of them was the peerless monster of the spirits of Yin and Xing. The others were also experts of the spirits of Yin. They can actually break the myriad devil god slaughtering grand formation of the abyss devils. One of the spirits of Yin let out a shocked voice. However, it was a voice transmission and didn't spread out. It's that world's divine turtle. That should be a rare monster among the divine turtles of the world. His attainments in runic formations are actually so strong. Interesting. Remember, we have to keep this world's divine turtle for us to use. Also, that elf princess Ling Yue is quite strong. Don't kill her. I want to keep her by my side and make her my plaything. And Xing opened his mouth, his eyes burning with passion. He didn't want to kill Dandan and Ling Yue. Needless to say, Ling Yue's strength and appearance moved his heart. And Dandan's attainments in runic formations also moved his heart. If they could bring Dandan with them, then the speed of hunting abyss devils in this dark universe would be at least 10 times faster. With Dandan, they wouldn't have to be afraid of the 10,000 demons god slaughtering grand formation of the abyss devils or other great formations. Hunting abyss devils represented merit points. Merit points represented treasures and strength. I didn't expect that I would make such a discovery on this trip to kill Mu Yun. Not bad. And Xing was very satisfied. However, he didn't plan to make a move now. If they made a move now, even if they could kill Lu Ming and the others, they themselves would become the target of the abyss devils. They had to wait until there were no abyss devils before making a move. The more abyss devils you kill, the better. In any case, these spoils of war will be mine sooner or later. Dark Star sneered. The hunt continued. Very quickly, more than half of the abyss devils on the island were killed by Lu Ming and the others. The rest scattered and fled in all directions. Then, Lu Ming and the others began to collect the abyss devil's spirit blood. While collecting the abyss devil's spirit blood, they maintained their formation and were on guard against any sneak attacks from the abyss devils. However, all the abyss devils here had escaped. Even when they were about to finish collecting the abyss devil's spirit blood, no abyss devils had attacked them. At this moment, who is it? Lu Ming suddenly shouted coldly as he stared in a certain direction. His eyes were bright and filled with killing intent. The other members of Lu Ming's team looked in that direction curiously, because there was nothing there. What did Lu Ming discover? If you don't come out, don't blame me for making a move. Lu Ming shouted coldly again. It wasn't that Lu Ming had discovered something, but that the Bone Devil had discovered something. Just now, the Bone Devil had told Lu Ming that there should be a creature hiding in that direction, spying on them. Lu Ming didn't discover it himself, but he naturally didn't doubt the Bone Devil, so he immediately reprimanded the Bone Devil. There was a ripple in that place, and then 3 figures suddenly appeared. I didn't expect your spiritual sense to be so sharp that you could discover our existence. You're really amazing. A young man said coldly. These 3 people were naturally the 3 spirits of Een experts, including Dark Star. The one who spoke was Dark Star. At this moment, there was some surprise in Dark Star's eyes. There was almost no race in the entire primitive universe that could compare with their concealment skills. Logically speaking, Lu Ming and the others shouldn't have discovered them. However, the fact was that Lu Ming had discovered them. What a wonderful concealment skill! Lu Ming's pupils shrank slightly. He was also very shocked. Because he didn't discover it at all. If it wasn't for the Bone Devil, he wouldn't have known that there were experts hiding behind him. This was a very dangerous sign. You are from the spirits of Een race. At this moment, Ling Yue opened her mouth, her eyes filled with fear. Spirits of Een race. Lu Ming's eyes narrowed slightly. The spirits of Een race was a notorious race in the universe. He had naturally heard of it before. They aren't moving as a team, but as a few people. There's only one explanation for this situation, and that is, they want to assassinate someone. Their target is most likely us. Dandan also spoke. Chapter 40-49. You guys guessed right. Our target is you guys. Dark Star smiled and directly admitted it, appearing very confident. We are all heavenly soldiers. If you Een spirits want to assassinate us, this is against the rules of the heavens. Ling Yue shouted. As long as you all die, who knows how you died? Dying at the hands of demons is too normal. Dark Star sneered. Then, a sword appeared in his hand. This sword was very strange. It was as if it had no color, as if it was transparent. It was a transparent sword, but it emitted a terrifying aura. This was a great killing weapon. It was a top-notch weapon of mass destruction. Kill! Dark Star shouted coldly and stabbed out with his sword. At this moment, the entire world seemed to have quieted down. Even the surging lake had calmed down. In the world, there was only a terrifying invisible sword shadow that charged towards Lu Ming. Battle formation! Lu Ming shouted, wanting to activate the battle formation to deal with Dark Star. However, just as he was activating the battle formation, Lu Ming discovered that the battle formation was not operating smoothly. Just as the golden sword light was about to condense, it collapsed with a loud bang. This is bad. The expressions of Lu Ming, Dandan, and the others changed drastically. At this time, there was actually a problem with the battle formation. At this time, Lu Ming wanted to take out the Zephyr Pearl and the Ice Xian Rod to block, but it was already too late. It was already too late. At the critical moment, Lu Ming could only activate the Heavenly Soldier Battle Armor on his body. Bang! The Heavenly Soldier Battle Armor lit up and a layer of light floated out. Just as the light barrier appeared, the sword light had already slashed onto the light barrier. With a bang, The light barrier shook and successfully blocked the sword light. A second-tier Heavenly Soldier battle armor could block the full-strength attack of a first-level Divine Emperor. Although the power of Dark Star's sword was extremely strong, it had not reached the attack power of a Divine Emperor. After blocking the sword, the Zephyr Pearl and the Ice Xian Rod appeared in Lu Ming's hands at the same time. As for Ling Yue, a bloodied Elven King Bao also appeared in her hands. "You traitor!" Dandan roared angrily. Lu Ming's gaze also swept over. A figure broke away from Lu Ming's group and rushed towards Dark Star's group. Traitor. Needless to say, everyone understood that there was a traitor among them. That was why the battle formation didn't operate smoothly and didn't operate successfully. The battle formation of the Heavenly Palace was complementary to each other. It required 50 people to work together to activate it successfully. If one person did not cooperate, or if one person was missing, it would be difficult for the battle formation to operate successfully. This was also the weakness of this battle formation. Once it was activated, its power would be extremely great. However, if one of them died, the battle formation would not be able to be activated. They were all interconnected, and not a single one could be missing. This was also why Lu Danning had repeatedly warned them not to split up and to maintain their formation. It was a young man who had seemed very honest and had always followed Lu Ming's lead. Who would have thought that he would betray Lu Ming at the critical moment? Soon, the young man came to Dark Star's side and heaved a sigh of relief. During this period of time, he knew how terrifying Lu Ming's group was. However, when he came to Dark Star's side, he finally felt at ease. "Well done." Dark Star smiled at the young man. "Thank you for your praise, young Master Dark Star. This is what I should do." The young man nodded and bowed with a flattering look. Dark Star nodded. Suddenly, the sword in his hand shot out and pierced toward the young man. The young man did not expect Dark Star to suddenly attack him. He couldn't dodge at all. With a puff, his glabella was pierced by the sword and his soul was instantly annihilated. The young man instinctively widened his eyes and stared at Dark Star in disbelief. Clearly, he did not expect Dark Star to suddenly attack and kill him. "I've always believed that only a dead person is the safest. As long as you're dead, his battle formation will definitely be broken. Also, if you're dead, the news won't be leaked. Rest in peace," Dark Star said coldly. With a splash, the young man's corpse fell into the lake. From the beginning, Lu Ming's eyes were cold. He did not have the slightest bit of sympathy for a traitor who had been killed. "I really want to know, who sent you to kill me?" Lu Ming asked. "You don't need to know that," Dark Star said. "Even if you don't say it, I can guess. It must be the Angel Clan, right?" Lu Ming said, his eyes fixed on the Dark Star. Dark Star's eyes flickered slightly. Lu Ming knew that he had guessed correctly. His team member had obviously been bribed by the Angel Clan. "Even if you have guessed correctly, so what? Today you are doomed," Dark Star said coldly. His murderous intent was getting stronger and stronger. The other two spirits of Yin Clan's experts were also releasing murderous intent. "Do you think that you can kill me?" Lu Ming said coldly. He could already see that Dark Star's cultivation level was at the 4th Divine Emperor layer. The other two spirits of Yin Clan's experts were at the 6th Divine Emperor layer. With such cultivation level, even if they were peerless geniuses, Lu Ming would not be afraid. "The three of you want to kill us? You're really courting death," Dandan shouted furiously. His eyes were filled with hostility. "Is that so?" Dark Star sneered and a talisman appeared in his hand. Bang! And Xing crushed the seal in his hand. Then, an invisible ripple spread out. In an instant, an area of 100,000 miles was enveloped by this invisible ripple. "That's the Forbidden Weapon Domain Talisman." Ling Yuwei's expression changed drastically. "It's the Forbidden Weapon Domain Talisman." Lu Ming's expression also changed. He immediately activated the Zephyr Bead, but he realized that the connection between him and the Zephyr Bead had been cut off. He could not draw out the Zephyr Bead. Then, he tried to control the Ice Xian Rod, but there was no movement from the Ice Xian Rod, as if it was also blocked by some kind of power. Not only that, the second-class heavenly soldier battle armor on his body actually began to shrink, fusing into his body and disappearing. Under the forbidden weapon domain, no divine armament could be controlled. My battle armor. My divine armament can't be used either. The others also cried out in alarm, their expressions ugly. Similarly, Ling Yuwei's blood-stained Elven King Bao could not be used either. Mu Yun, your only reliance is the second-class heavenly soldier battle armor and 2 great killing weapons. Now, you can't even use them under the forbidden weapon domain. What else can you rely on? Dark Star sneered. The transparent killing weapon in his hand also disappeared. Under the forbidden weapon domain, our divine armament can't be used, but your divine armament can't be used either. Are you so confident that you can kill me? Lu Ming said. Yes, the forbidden weapon domain did not distinguish between friend and foe. As long as one was within the range of the forbidden weapon domain, no matter which side it was, they would be affected and unable to use their divine armament. Chapter 40-50. Without the ultimate weapon, it's more than enough for me to kill you. And Xing said indifferently, revealing his strong confidence. He clenched his fist and condensed his divine force into a long sword. Sharp sword chi whizzed out and cut the space apart. I'll leave the rest to you. I'll kill Mu Yun myself. And Xing instructed the other 2 spirits of Yin experts. As soon as his voice fell, his figure disappeared from the spot. In the next moment, he appeared not far away from Lu Ming and stabbed his sword towards Lu Ming's glabella. Without the ultimate weapon, you'll be the one to die. Lu Ming snorted coldly. His figure flashed and disappeared from the spot. He appeared on the right side of Xing and slashed his palm down like a knife. However, Xing quickly changed his move. The sword gleam pierced to the right in an instant and collided with Lu Ming's palm. There was a loud bang and the force spread in all directions. Both of them retreated at the same time. What a strong force. Lu Ming's eyes narrowed slightly. This Xing's strength was really strong. Lu Ming estimated that Xing should have the strength to fight someone who was 4 levels higher than him in the Divine Emperor realm. No wonder this person was so confident that he could kill Lu Ming without the ultimate weapon. After all, his cultivation level was 1 level higher than Lu Ming's. Your strength. What Xing didn't know was that he was even more shocked. His strength was 1 level higher than Lu Ming. His move just now was actually a draw with Lu Ming. Didn't that mean that Lu Ming could fight someone who was 5 levels higher than him? How could he be so strong? Interesting, really interesting. I haven't killed such a monster before. Mu Yun, I'll definitely kill you. In the next moment, Xing's eyes were filled with madness. He roared, Spirit of Yin Assassin, come out. Buzz. Dark Star's body emitted a strong wave of energy. Black doors of light flickered. Following that, a few figures flashed out from the light. There were a total of 7 figures. However, these 7 figures weren't from the same clan. They seemed to be from 7 different clans. They looked very young and lifelike. One of them was actually from the elf clan. Ling Hai, so Ling Hai was killed by you. Ling Yuwei shouted, her figure revealing a look of anger. Ling Hai used to be a top genius of the elf clan. He was able to fight someone who was 3 levels above him in the Divine Emperor realm. His future was limitless. However, a few hundred years ago, when Ling Hai went out to train, he disappeared without a trace. From the looks of it, Ling Hai had died in the hands of Dark Star. Ah, that's right. Ling Hai did die in my hands and became one of my Yin Spirit Assassins. The rest of you are also qualified to become my Yin Spirit Assassins. Especially you, Mu Yun. It's your honor to become my Yin Spirit Assassin and fight for me. And Xing laughed maniacally. At the same time, the 7 figures all rushed toward Lu Ming, wanting to kill Lu Ming. The Nether Spirit Assassin that he cultivated required extremely powerful geniuses. This was because the Nether Spirit Assassin could grow with him. The more talented the Nether Spirit Assassin was, the faster it would grow and the stronger it would be. Lu Ming was too suitable. A look of disgust appeared in Lu Ming's eyes. He had already seen through Xing's cultivation method. It was incomparably cruel and disgusting. Battle character art, 6 times battle strength. At this moment, Lu Ming activated the battle character art to increase his battle strength by 6 times. His entire body emitted a hazy light as he activated all kinds of secret techniques in his cells. With a wave of his hand, 7 demonic swords formed and charged toward the 7 Yin spirit assassins. It was the great demonic sword technique. At the same time, Lu Ming charged toward Xing. At this moment, Lu Ming pushed his battle strength to the limit. Come, sinister 18 kills. Xing roared and also burst out with his full strength. He charged toward Lu Ming. Sword shadows crisscrossed, cutting out terrifying sword scars in the void. Boom, 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 boom. The two of them continuously collided and launched an intense battle. For a moment, there was no clear victor. And Xing indeed had the qualifications to be arrogant. At this moment, he had burst out with his full strength, and his battle strength had actually increased by a level. Lu Ming estimated that even if Xing didn't have the strength to fight across 5 levels, he still had the strength to fight across 4.5 levels. As for Lu Ming, when he used his full strength, he could fight across 5.5 levels. Lu Ming's cultivation just happened to be 1 level lower than his opponent's, so the two of them actually fought to a draw. While the two of them were fighting, the other 2 Yin spirit race experts also charged toward Ling Yue, Dandan, and the others. Kill! Ling Yue shouted as a towering tree appeared behind her. A battle bow also appeared in her hand. This wasn't a divine weapon, but her origin's secret technique. Swoosh! An arrow pierced through the air and shot toward one of the Yin spirit race experts. Clang! The arrow collided with the sword of the Yin spirit race expert. The sword in the Yin spirit race expert's hand trembled incessantly, and his pouncing figure also stopped. The Yin spirit race expert revealed a look of shock. His attack had actually been blocked by Ling Yue. One had to know that he had the cultivation of the 6th divine emperor layer, and was a top monster. He could fight across 2.5 levels, and killing an existence of the 8th divine emperor layer would be easy. And Ling Yue, who was only at the 4th divine emperor layer, was actually able to block his attack? Could it be that Ling Yue could fight across 4.5 levels? This was too terrifying. Wasn't this level of monster about the same as in Xing? There weren't many monsters of this level in the entire desolate universe, right? However, while this spirit of 9 Yin expert was blocked, the other spirit of 9 Yin expert was unstoppable. He charged over, his sword turning into a sword shadow. With a stab, 5 people were pierced through the forehead by the sword chi and died on the spot. Run! The others shouted in fear and turned to run. Without the battle formation, Lu Ming's team members were no match for these Yin spirit race assassins. Only Dandan relied on the formation to block this person's attack. You want to leave? You're all going to die. This spirit of Yin Yang expert attacked continuously. Sword light flashed, and every time his sword stabbed out, more than 1 person would be killed. In a flash, more than 10 people died at his hands. Spare me, I'm willing to rely on you. Spare me, I'm willing to cooperate with you to kill Mu Yun. Some people were so scared that they directly begged for mercy, betraying Lu Ming on the spot. These people didn't have any deep friendship with Lu Ming. On one hand, they were under Lu Ming's command because of the Heavenly Palace's arrangement, and on the other hand, they wanted to earn merit points. Now that they were facing a life and death crisis, of course, they directly betrayed Lu Ming. Damn traitor! Shouted Dandan furiously. Runes surrounded his body, forming a great formation, blocking the attacks of the Yin spirit race expert. At the same time, there were runes constantly filling the air and disappearing into the void. Die for me. The Yin spirit race expert didn't intend to let them go at all because the news of them killing Lu Ming and the others couldn't be exposed. Chapter 4051. From the very beginning, the spirits of Yin race had never planned to let Lu Ming's team go. This was because only the dead would not leak the news. For safety's sake, it was best to get rid of all of them. Swoosh, swoosh. Sword shadows tore through the air, each of them emitting a terrifying might. In Lu Ming's team, other than Lu Ming, Ling Yue, and Dandan, no one else was able to block a single move. Every time the sword shadow slashed out, a person would fall. Run! The rest of the people fled in all directions in fear. However, that Spirits of Yin race expert was shockingly fast. He could barely see him, and only sword light could be seen flashing in the air. Every time it flickered, a person would be killed. At this time, Dandan quickly approached Ling Yue. At the same time, runes were constantly emitting from his body, rushing into the air and disappearing. Ling Yue continued to exchange blows with the Spirits of Yin race expert. Ling Yue had already shot out 10 arrows, but they were all blocked by the Spirits of Yin race expert. However, the Spirits of Yin race expert was also unable to do anything to Ling Yue. He was unable to get close to Ling Yue, and the two of them were in a stalemate. "Let me help you," Dandan shouted. With a wave of his hand, countless runes filled the air, transforming into chains that wrapped around the Spirits of Yin race expert. However, the Spirits of Yin race expert was extremely agile. With a continuous flash, he dodged the chains formed by Dandan's formation. At this time, the rest of Lu Ming's team had all been killed, and their corpses fell onto the surface of the lake. After killing these people, the Spirits of Yin race expert returned and joined forces with another Spirits of Yin race expert to attack Ling Yue and Dandan. Great array rise. Densely packed runes appeared in the air as Dandan continued to tap the air. This was the formation he had set up earlier. The more time one spent setting up a formation, the stronger the formation would be. This formation was clearly stronger than the one Dandan had casually set up. Roar, roar, roar. Countless runes interweaved into a large formation, condensing into huge golden crocodiles that pounced towards the two Spirits of Yin experts. The attacks of the two Spirits of Yin experts were immediately blocked by the golden crocodiles. As for Ling Yue, she would shoot out an arrow from time to time. Each arrow was extremely powerful and could threaten the lives of two Spirit of Yin clan experts. The two Spirit of Yin clan experts had no choice but to focus on dealing with it. In this way, Dandan and Ling Yue were in a stalemate with the two Spirit clan experts. On the other side, Lu Ming and Xing were also in a deadlock. The two of them had already exchanged dozens of blows, but there was still no clear victor. Damn it! Lu Ming watched his own team members being killed one by one. Although they didn't have any friendship with each other, and some of them had even targeted him before, it still made Lu Ming's murderous intent reach its peak. His eyes were also extremely cold. He had to kill Dark Star and the others. Actually, Dark Star and the others were also roaring in their hearts. Obviously, the strength of Lu Ming and the others had completely exceeded their expectations. He didn't expect that after breaking Lu Ming and the others' formation and using the forbidden weapon domain to block Lu Ming and the others' killing weapons, Lu Ming and the others were actually this powerful with just their own strength. Lu Ming's strength had far exceeded his expectations. Dandan and Ling Yue's strength was the same. Originally, he was completely confident, but he didn't expect that there would be a stalemate. Kill. Today, we must kill these people. And Xing roared in his heart as he attacked with all his might. However, Lu Ming's strength was astonishing. 3 ancient secret techniques were casually used, and they were incomparably mysterious, completely blocking his attacks. For a moment, it was difficult to determine the victor between the two of them. Lu Ming, can you stall that guy for a while? At this moment, Dandan secretly transmitted his voice to Lu Ming. Lu Ming's gaze moved slightly as he said, "You want to set up a formation?" "That's right. As long as you give me some time, I will be able to set up a powerful formation. It will be enough for us to escape." Dandan replied with a sound transmission. "No, I want you to set up a formation to trap the enemy. I want all these people to stay here." Lu Ming replied, his voice extremely cold. "Are you confident in dealing with that guy? That guy is very troublesome," Dandan said. That guy was naturally referring to Dark Star. "I've already found this guy's flaw," Lu Ming said. "All right, let's do it. Don't worry, I will set up a great formation to trap the enemy," Dandan replied, revealing an excited expression. As he spoke, runes appeared on his skin, pores, and even his mouth and hair. He had already begun to set up a formation. This guy was like the incarnation of runes. His speed of setting up a formation far exceeded that of an ordinary person. Lu Ming shouted as he continued to attack, fighting with Dark Star. As for Ling Yue and Dandan, it was obvious that they had already discussed this beforehand. They were focused on defense and looked as if they couldn't hold on any longer. This way, the spirits of Yin race saw hope. You two, hurry up and deal with that turtle and the elf princess. Right now, I don't want them alive, just kill them. After dealing with them, help me kill Mu Yun. Dark Star sent a sound transmission to the two spirits of Yin race experts. He really had no other choice. Lu Ming's battle prowess had far exceeded his expectations. He realized that he really couldn't deal with Lu Ming by himself. He could only wait for the other two spirits of Yin race experts to deal with Ling Yue and Dandan and help him deal with Lu Ming together. Don't worry. The two spirits of Yin race experts replied as they used all their strength to attack with all their might. However, what made them depressed was that they felt that Dandan and Ling Yue couldn't hold on any longer and were on the verge of collapse. After they attacked with all their might for a period of time, Dandan and Ling Yue were still on the verge of collapse, but they still didn't fall. Time passed bit by bit. In the blink of an eye, Lu Ming and Dark Star had exchanged a few hundred moves. The two monstrous geniuses had exchanged a few hundred moves, causing the world to darken and the sun and moon to lose their light. Damn it! Dark Star roared. The one who deserves to die is you. Now let's finish you off. At this moment, Lu Ming spoke coldly. Because just now, Dandan had sent him a sound transmission that the formation had already been set up. Mu Yun, I admit that you are very strong. Your strength is not weaker than mine, but if you want to kill me, dream on. Dark Star sneered. He admitted that he couldn't kill Lu Ming, but it was also impossible for Lu Ming to kill him. He was very confident in this point. Is that so? The corner of Lu Ming's mouth curled up into a sneer, and then he suddenly charged towards one of the Yin spirit assassins of Dark Star. Previously, the 7 Yin spirit assassins of Dark Star had been working together with Dark Star to attack Lu Ming, but they were all blocked by Lu Ming with various methods. At this moment, Lu Ming rushed towards the Yin spirit assassin, but the door was wide open. He's really courting death. Dark Star's eyes lit up. In his opinion, Lu Ming's move was a stupid move and he was courting death. Chapter 4052. Lu Ming actually rushed towards a nether spirit assassin and exposed a flaw. He was simply courting death. And Xing's eyes revealed a ferocious light as he roared, "Die!" The nether spirit assassin had a pitch-black dagger in his hand. The dagger cut through the void and directly pierced towards Lu Ming's dantian. The dagger accurately pierced Lu Ming's dantian and directly pierced a hole through Lu Ming's dantian. Let's see how you will die. And Xing laughed crazily. Is that so? At this moment, Lu Ming said coldly. His face was still very calm, as if the person whose dantian was pierced by the dagger wasn't him. The smile on Xing's face disappeared and was replaced by a shocked expression. Just as Xing was about to speak, Lu Ming attacked. He punched out and hit the nether spirit assassin. With a bang, the nether spirit assassin's body directly exploded. Under the effect of the great shattering art and the great divine wind art, it turned into powder. A nether spirit assassin was killed. Damn it, how can you be fine? How can your dantian be fine? And Xing shouted hysterically. That nether spirit assassin had clearly pierced Lu Ming's dantian. One should know that the dantian was a vital point. The star, condensed by the divine emperor realm, was in the dantian. In his opinion, that move just now could directly shatter the star in Lu Ming's dantian and completely cripple Lu Ming. However, Lu Ming was completely fine. He had defeated his nether spirit assassin in one move. This made him unable to wrap his head around it. Of course, he couldn't figure it out. The forbidden body didn't have a star in the dantian. There was no vital point in the body. Even the head wasn't a vital point. Therefore, even though he had pierced Lu Ming's dantian, it didn't affect Lu Ming at all. Nothing is impossible. Lu Ming shouted coldly. Using the great divine wind art, his body moved like the wind and attacked Xing, heavenly chief killing sword. Dark Star let out a long howl and thrust out a stunning sword strike towards Lu Ming. Boom! and Xing's longsword collided with Lu Ming's palm, causing a violent explosion. But this time, Xing's body violently trembled and he was forced to retreat. His face was somewhat pale. This time, he was actually at a disadvantage. One had to know that previously, he and Lu Ming were evenly matched when they clashed head-on. Sure enough, this guy's strength is related to the Yin Spirit Assassin. He can get the bonus of the Yin Spirit Assassin's strength. Lu Ming's lips curled into a cold smile. In fact, after exchanging dozens of blows, he had already noticed something fishy and had a guess in his heart. With his taboo power, he could have used the method of mutual destruction to get rid of the Dark Spirit Assassin from the Dark Star. However, Dandan had sent him a voice transmission at that time. Thus, he decided to stall the Dark Spirit Assassin until now. Now that Dandan had successfully set up the array formation, Lu Ming naturally did not want to tangle with the other party. Swoosh, 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 the other 16 Spirit Assassins attacked Lu Ming from all directions. Lu Ming waved his palm like a knife and blasted out 6 blows in a row. He exchanged 1 blow with each of the 6 Yin Spirit Assassins. Originally, there were 7 Yin Spirit Assassins. Now that there was 1 less, their combat strength was naturally weaker. After exchanging 1 blow with Lu Ming, they all retreated a few steps. Swoosh! Lu Ming directly rushed towards one of the Yin Spirit Assassins and attacked with all his might. He completely ignored the Yin Spirit Assassin's attack. The Yin Spirit Assassin's attack pierced through the Yin Spirit Assassin's heart. However, Lu Ming acted as if nothing had happened. He continued to attack and bombarded the Yin Spirit Assassin. With a boom, the Yin Spirit Assassin followed in the footsteps of the previous Yin Spirit Assassin. He was blasted into pieces by Lu Ming and was completely destroyed. How is this possible? And Xing roared. Kill! Lu Ming was too lazy to pay attention to him. His attacks were like a storm as he attacked the other Yin Spirit Assassins. With 1 less Yin Spirit Assassin, he was even less of a match for Lu Ming and was blasted back. Lu Ming stared at another Yin Spirit Assassin and attacked. He still opened his array formation wide and did not look like he was defending. I don't believe it. And Xing roared. Under his control, the Yin Spirit Assassin attacked Lu Ming crazily. This time, the Yin Spirit Assassin attacked Lu Ming's head. A long sword pierced through Lu Ming's forehead and penetrated Lu Ming's head. Let's see how you're going to die this time. And Xing roared. No matter who it was, the head was definitely a vital point. It was the place where one's soul was stored. If the head was damaged, even if one didn't die, he would be seriously injured. But at the next moment, Xing's eyes widened rapidly, revealing an expression of horror and disbelief. Because Lu Ming was completely fine. With a punch, he blew up the 3rd Yin Spirit Assassin. And the wound between Lu Ming's eyebrows was recovering at a speed visible to the naked eye. Monster, you're a monster, you, and Xing roared hysterically. Dantian, heart and head. These 3 vital points had been pierced, but Lu Ming was still fine. If this wasn't a monster, then what was? I'll send you on your way. Lu Ming said coldly. The taboo energy in his body boiled. A large number of ordinary secret techniques erupted, turning into a dazzling light that merged with the taboo energy. Then, they blasted toward Xing and the remaining 4 Yin Spirit Assassins. And Xing hurriedly tried to block. However, without the support of the 3 Yin Spirit Assassins, Xing was no longer a match for Lu Ming. His combat strength was weaker than Lu Ming's. He and the 4 Yin Spirit Assassins were blasted back by Lu Ming. And Xing spat out a mouthful of blood. As for the 4 Yin Spirit Assassins, although they wouldn't spit out blood, their bodies were injured to varying degrees. Lu Ming didn't give him a chance to breathe at all. Like a gust of wind, he charged toward Xing and attacked continuously. His attacks were like a storm, crushing toward Xing. Xing tried to block continuously, but he couldn't block at all. After a few moves, his face turned pale and he spat out a few more mouthfuls of blood. He could only control the Yin Spirit Assassins to block Lu Ming's attacks at this moment. After a few moves, another Yin Spirit Assassin was killed by Lu Ming. Only 3 Yin Spirit Assassins were left. Xing's heart was bleeding. He had spent a lot of effort to get these Yin spirit assassins. Each of them was a peerless monster. It wasn't easy to gather 7 peerless monsters, but now, 4 of them were killed by Lu Ming in just a short while. Without 4 Yin spirit assassins, his combat strength would drop by a lot. In a battle of the same level, he might not be a match for the other universe's genius candidates. Young Master and Xing. Damn it. The other 2 Yin spirit race experts wanted to save Xing, but how could Dandan and Ling Yue let them succeed? Dandan continuously activated several large arrays. One large array condensed countless sword lights. One large array condensed countless golden alligators. One large array condensed countless chains. Chapter 4053. Dandan continuously activated several large arrays, either attacking or trapping the enemy, firmly entangling the 2 spirit of Yin experts. At the same time, the one who posed the greatest threat was still Ling Yue. From time to time, she would shoot an arrow, specifically targeting the flaws of the 2 spirit of Yin experts. The 2 spirit of Yin experts had to pay 120% of their attention to deal with it, otherwise, if they were careless, they would be pierced by the arrow. They wanted to save Dark Star, but for a moment, they were powerless. Unknowingly, the situation of the battle had tilted towards Lu Ming's side. Dark Star, today, this place will be your burial ground. I will take your head and offer it to my team members. Lu Ming said coldly. Like a berserk Tyrannosaurus Rex, he charged towards Dark Star. Wherever his body passed, the void would be torn apart, creating sinister cracks. Mu Yun, you want to kill me? Dream on. Today, I admit that I have failed, but next time, I will not let such a situation happen. You are destined to die in my hands, and I will make you my strongest spirit of Yin assassin. Dark Star roared, and then retreated explosively. He wanted to leave. If he continued to fight, he wouldn't be able to deal with Lu Ming. Instead, he would put himself in danger. You want to leave? Is that possible? Lu Ming sneered, and used the Great Divine Wind technique to the extreme. Like a gust of wind, he chased after Dark Star. Dark Star was already injured, and his speed was slower than Lu Ming's. In the blink of an eye, Lu Ming had caught up to him. Boom! Lu Ming attacked with all his might, and all sorts of methods burst out. Great Divine Wind technique, Great Shattering technique, Great Devil Sword technique, all sorts of attacks turned into a torrent of attacks that crushed towards Dark Star. Block it for me. Dark Star's eyes revealed a ruthless look as he directly controlled a spirit of Yin assassin to charge towards Lu Ming. No matter how precious a spirit of Yin assassin was, it was still a worldly possession. How could it be compared to his life? As long as he was still alive, there would always be a spirit of Yin assassin. He wanted to use the Nether Spirit Assassin to block Lu Ming's attack and help him escape. As long as he could escape the range of the Imperial Armament Domain, he would be able to use his great killing weapon. At the same time, he was also a second-rate heavenly soldier. Thus, he would be able to use his second-rate heavenly soldier battle armor. With these 2 divine weapons, Lu Ming would never be able to kill him. As long as he could get away, he would take revenge like crazy and let Lu Ming know the consequences of offending him. Yes, he was the one who wanted to kill Lu Ming first. In the end, he failed to kill Lu Ming. In his heart, it was Lu Ming who had offended him. Bang! Another Nether Spirit Assassin was killed by Lu Ming. As such, there were only 2 Yin Spirit Assassins left by Dark Star's side. Another Nether Spirit Assassin rushed towards Lu Ming and attacked Lu Ming. Dark Star had calculated correctly. As long as this Nether Spirit Assassin blocked him, he would have enough time to rush out of the range of the Imperial Armament Domain. His calculation was correct. Under Lu Ming's full attack, this Nether Spirit Assassin was killed by Lu Ming. However, it did block Lu Ming for a while. Lu Ming, wait for my crazy revenge. I will make you regret it. I will make you die in regret. Seeing that he was about to rush out of the range of the Imperial Armament Domain, Dark Star heaved a sigh of relief. Then, he looked at Lu Ming with an incomparably ferocious expression. Is that so? You are so confident that you can rush out of the range of the Imperial Armament Domain? Lu Ming sneered and chased after Dark Star at a neither fast nor slow pace. Buzz. At this moment, endless runes suddenly appeared in the void between heaven and earth. These runes intertwined together and enveloped the entire Imperial armament domain. These runes intertwined to form a golden wall that enveloped the area like a cage. Enemy trapping formation, 1,000 divine walls. Just now, the formation that Dandan had secretly set up was this great formation. Dark Star's expression changed. With a long roar, Xing attacked with all his strength. A sword light slashed at the golden wall. Clang. Sparks flew in all directions, and the wall trembled for a moment. However, it didn't break apart and blocked Dark Star's attack. At this moment, Xing's expression not only changed, but it also changed miserably. He turned deathly pale. "Ah, break for me!" Dark Star screamed hysterically and attacked crazily. However, they were still blocked and did not break through. Dandan had spent a lot of time creating a gigantic deployment spell. It was enough to block the attacks of cultivators of the 9th Godly Emperor layer. However, Dark Star's attacks weren't as strong as those of the 9th Godly Emperor layer. At this time, Lu Ming had already arrived. "I told you, this is where you will be buried." Lu Ming spoke coldly, but his attacks did not stop. He continued to launch attacks. At this moment, Dark Star and the last elf were resisting with all their might. However, with only one spirit assassin left, Dark Star's strength had dropped drastically. Originally, when he was a Godly Emperor layer cultivator, he could fight against cultivators who were 4.5 cultivation levels higher than him. But now, he could only fight against cultivators who were 3.5 cultivation levels higher than him. The difference of 1 cultivation level in the Godly Emperor layer was like the difference between heaven and earth. Boom! Boom! 2 violent explosions sounded. At that moment, the last elf's body exploded and turned into ashes. As for Dark Star, half of his body had also exploded. His flesh and blood splattered everywhere. He had been severely injured. Boom! Lu Ming's powerful qi enveloped him. His ice-cold murderous intent made Dark Star's body tremble. "You want to make me regret? You want to make me regret? I don't think you have the chance," said Lu Ming coldly. "You." Xing felt his entire body being enveloped by an icy chill. At this moment, he finally understood what fear was. Regret? At this moment, he was truly regretful. He regretted using the Imperial weapon domain. Originally, he had used the Imperial weapon domain to kill Lu Ming. But now, it had become the biggest obstacle to his survival. Using the Imperial weapon domain had turned into a trap of his own making. "Muyun, you can't kill me. We are both heavenly soldiers. If you kill me, you will be violating the heavenly law. You will be killed by the experts of the heavenly palace." Dark Star shouted. "Violating the heavenly law? You have killed so many of my men and you still want to say that you have violated the heavenly law? Don't you find it ridiculous?" Lu Ming sneered. After saying that, Lu Ming directly attacked. "No, you can't," Dark Star roared crazily, wanting to counterattack. Unfortunately, all the other elf assassins had been dealt with by Lu Ming. Dark Star's combat strength was already inferior to Lu Ming's by a large margin. In addition, he was severely injured. How could he counterattack? Lu Ming's attack crushed down and Dark Star's body directly exploded. His body and soul were destroyed. Regret, regret, until the last moment when he was killed by Lu Ming, Dark Star's heart was still filled with regret and remorse. Originally, he thought that killing Lu Ming was a sure thing. After killing Lu Ming, he could even refine Lu Ming into his elf assassin. With Lu Ming's talent, once he became his elf assassin, his combat strength would skyrocket. He would be invincible against those of the same level and step into the peak of the universe. He never expected that in the end, not only would he fail to kill Lu Ming, but he would also be left behind. If he had known earlier, he would never have accepted this mission.